Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lethal Opinions podcast. This is definitely the first time we're recording this intro, and definitely not the second. I think the best thing that we can do, and this is my personal opinion, and no one else is here, is like we can all introduce ourselves before we get to the topic today. I think we should definitely start off with the guest of honor, Jig. Jig, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yo!
Yeah, that just about sums out Jig.
Yeah.
That sums him up quite nicely.
My name is Pertlight. I am a small-time streamer and YouTube content creator. I mostly have other people edit my videos though, because I lack talent. And I think that describes me pretty perfectly. Sylas.
Hello, I'm Sylas. I am 110% Australian and I'm not English in the slightest. If you think that, you're quite simply wrong and your opinion is invalid because mine is completely unbiased and true to the full extent.
You can say their opinions
Hi.
are quite lethal.
My name is Sylas. That's a terrible idea. What are you gonna do next? Name a podcast after it? You silly.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, that's why I'm the charge man of this podcast. I don't come up with stupid ideas and then call it a podcast and then struggle for like 5 weeks to try and produce the podcast and then finally do and then record it like 5 times in the same day. So anyway, let's go over to Big Boy Brody.
Yeah.
Aye, yeah. I'm Brody. I'm the one that's English and isn't afraid to admit it. And I don't play Halo. Well, I have.
Well,
I have.
yeah.
but I
Speaking of
haven't played
Halo,
Infinite. So
today's episode is going to be talking about Halo Infinite. So I think the best thing to do about this, I think we should start off by just saying, just like a quick word on how we feel generally about Halo Infinite. Just short, quick, idea of how we all feel. I guess we should start definitely with the guest of honor, Jig, who's probably the most opinionated person I've ever met. So I'm sure this is going to be a pretty obviously quick, spicy take on it.
I thought it's garbage. It's garbage. It's like if you told me to like open my mouth and then you just spit in it for some reason, it's kind of on me. But at the same time, like, yeah, there you go. It's just bad.
Yeah.
like,
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
you got where my brain was trying to go with that analogy of the whole. Okay.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. I get you.
Any opinions for yourself, Bert?
I can definitely say my opinion is like an emotional roller coaster. It's kind of like an abusive relationship for me. To summarize quickly, if anyone who hasn't seen one of my more later streams, I was gonna play Infinite all the way through for this podcast episode. Actually, I wanted to play the entire campaign. And what happened is first I wanted to check the store, and I was immediately fucking pissed off because the store it was like $22 for the color pink, and then the Mark V helmet, but it's like a shittier version of the Mark V helmet from Halo Reach. And not only that, but we already have a Mark V helmet for the same armor core. So stupid. But anyways,
Yeah,
I
Mark
went
7.
yeah, the Mark 7, yeah. And I was so irate. And I was like, whatever, no big deal. And then like the day later, I tried to play it again because I think I got to like the first boss, and the game just wouldn't launch. And I gave up and I said, you know what? I'm fucking done with Infinite. I have been so angry about it. It has caused me genuine like distress throughout my life playing this game. And as much as I try to give 3 for 3 the benefit of the doubt, I've done it for so long. Jig has shit on me personally for doing it, but I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt because I love Halo. And yeah, I guess we'll get to how they handled that later on. Sylas, how do you feel about Halo Infinite?
Well, this could really be described with one famous quote.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that one. Yeah. Oh,
The only
absolutely.
thing standing. Excuse me, mate. I was actually talking.
Sure you were.
All right, like I was saying before, someone just this guy. I don't even know what Brody him. So my famous quote, which it's my favorite of all time. It really describes the situation I go through when I play Halo. It's the only thing standing between me and total happiness is in fact
Women.
reality.
Oh.
Yeah.
Women.
You said on me. That seems like at least
There was no hesitation whatsoever.
To be honest, Halo, it's an interpersonal relationship involving simultaneous or altering emotions of love and hate at the same time because, quite frankly, what game were we talking about again?
This fucking guy. Halo Infinite, my man.
Halo Infinite 2. I hate that game, but I like it because I'm actually a masochist, so I enjoy the game. Yes,
I wouldn't be surprised. To be honest.
sign me up.
All right, Brody, how do you feel about Halo Infinite as someone who actually hasn't played it?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
It's an interesting perspective to have because most of my information about it comes from either YouTubers that I've watched or watching, Pert and Jig
The Bible
rant
and
about
that,
how
yeah.
horrible it is.
So he's not biased at all.
Yeah, I'm not biased at all. I am willing to believe that there is good in the game. I'm willing to believe that there is something to learn from the game. And I'm also willing to believe that there's a whole lot of things they got wrong. Because I can see, what went wrong with Halo Infinite and compare it to the titles that I have played. And time again, there's just too many connections to problems in other titles. So clearly, to me, Halo Infinite is a fucking game with a lot of problems. And I'm more than willing to analyze them out to death until Free for Free learns a fucking lesson.
So I will say, Sylas said something that I do think is kind of interesting, and it kind of comes into one of my points, so we can kind of nicely now go into the points here. Sylas, you said you have a love-hate relationship with this game, and I'm assuming it has something to do with the gameplay. What are your guys' thoughts on the gameplay? I'm curious about this.
Well, actually, you assumed wrong. It actually wasn't about the gameplay. So I don't know where
okay.
you came from with that opinion. And it was actually
Too
really bad
bad.
that you assumed that without actually asking me beforehand. And I think, quite frankly, you're being a bit selfish here.
You're right. My
And
bad.
you just need to just think about it. I think you just need to sit, just have a little bit of quiet time. It's fine. We all make mistakes. Just think about it. Right now, we'll all be quiet now. Let's just let Pertlight think about it.
This fucking guy. I assumed you meant gameplay because most people, when talking about Halo Infinite, they kind of have the same idea, which is essentially the
most
gameplay
people.
is fun.
So is that generalization?
Yes,
Most
yes. I'm generalizing you.
Gender generalizing me.
Gender
Whoa, Pertlight.
generalizing. You listen to Lethal Opinions podcast, man.
Oh no!
I think it's
Alright.
funny. A lot of people say that the
I
gameplay.
think it is funny.
Could you fuck off?
Fuck what other people say. What do you think of the gameplay part?
That's a really good question, Brody.
So Jig actually might disagree with me here. I actually really like the gameplay, whether that be the campaign or the multiplayer. I do think the campaign's a little too easy, with the exception of the bosses. I'll get to that later, I'm sure. But I think the gameplay is really fun. I have really no big quarrels about it, other than the fact I think the time to kill is far too fucking quick. I think it should slow the game down a bit, but it's an esports game, so what do you expect,
Orange. I will say, out of the Halos that I did play, I played all the way from CE to 4, and I very much enjoyed, when I was playing around with MCC, I did enjoy the longer time to kill. So I can't
Yeah.
imagine why that would be a source of frustration because it was a new experience for me. I was raised on Call of Duty, I was raised on dying in 2 or 3 shots, and so that kind of casual aspect of Halo was very intriguing to me, and the idea of seeing that being destroyed, I imagine, would be quite irritating.
Sylas, what are your thoughts on gameplay of Halo Infinite?
I like it. Call me crazy, but I'm
You're
crazy and
crazy.
I like it, but I hate it. I hate it.
What do you hate
because
about it?
What do I
I'm
like
gonna
about
call
it?
you crazy for the rest of the podcast, by the way.
Well,
you're
thank
not
you very
Sylas
much.
anymore.
That wasn't the question. Let me get back to answering the question. So the question was, what do I like about it? And the real thing is, you gotta get to the roots. If I like it and it's a simultaneous and altering, emotion of hate.
I just heard an echo through Jig's end.
Technical
That jump scared me.
difficulties.
Let's just pretend nothing happened. Oh, he's gone. We've had to actually get rid of our guest star. He's in. He's
You
gone.
have to understand, our guest star is a Floridian. He has been taken away by the waves.
I just heard him come back for a second ago.
That was the whale in the
That's
waves.
just the
That was the whale in
alligator
the.
that's imitating him.
Yeah.
He is also Hispanic, so make of that what you will. I won't say
Nice took
anything.
me.
Did
Forgot that the wet foot, dry foot policy ended like ago.
This fucking guy. So Sylas, go ahead and continue what you're saying. What did
Yes.
you what did you like about Halo Infinite's gameplay? What did you dislike? Just how did you feel about it?
Well, the real question is what I hate about the game. I liked it,
A lot.
and I think the one nitty gritty thing I have with it is the fact that the thing what it really relies on is movement. And you got this grappling hook, you got the sprint thing, but there's not enough armor abilities that can actually just help with the movement, or even not just things like that, but it relies solely on a grappling hook to actually add more speed in this. And I personally do like the movement, and I personally do like the grappling hook, so actually scratch everything I just said. The one thing I don't like about the game is the sniper.
Oh my
Thank you.
god, I've got some opinions on that. Some lethal fucking
Whoa,
opinions.
okay, but the question was about what I had about the game. So what it was the sniper.
This guy.
I do like the sniper.
Oh, you like the sniper. You just said you hated it.
No, I don't like the sniper. I like the sound the sniper makes, but unfortunately, it's not enough to make me have that oomph, to like it that much. It doesn't overflow the level and amount of hatred I have for it. I actually hate the sniper. Even though I like the sniper, I hate the sniper. Thank you.
Alright. Jig, how do you Jig, I know Jig's gonna have some fucking crazy takes on this. Let's hear what you gotta say about Halo Infinite's gameplay.
Didn't say better myself.
Give him a moment, guys. He's masterminding.
He's cooking.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
He's cooking still. We gotta let him cook.
Jeez. Where's this man from? What country?
He's from America. He's from Florida.
Somewhere along the lines of Mongolia.
The game feels very unsatisfying. It feels super
expect.
close to what I would like, but it's just like not there. And like I can't seem to figure out exactly what I dislike because like I find like multiple things I hate about it. Like a lot of the maps I just don't like. They just feel super ugh. The gameplay it's kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's just I feel like it probably goes back to the maps. I think the maps just suck. I think like the gameplay itself might be fine if there was like good maps. I could like properly assess it.
What do you think your number one problem is with the maps? Because I've got one huge fucking problem with every one of the maps, besides like maybe like 2 or 3 of them that they only recently added.
Probably the fact that like there's no like proper power positions. Like if you know what I mean. Take the academy for example, right? You would think the tower is the power position, right? It's not. It just sucks. There's barely any visibility. You have to like overextend just to see the training arena on the left side, or you have to overextend to see the green bend. It's like ugh. It just really sucks.
I actually agree with that. That's not my biggest thing. I do agree with that, but I go back to the training. I go back to that level all the time because to me that map, if every other map in the game was better, I think that map would stand out way more. I think the problem is when you compare it to every other map, it just all the other maps drag it down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the exact opposite almost of like Nuketown in Black Ops, where like imagine if I'm trying to think how I want to put this. Like imagine if every other map in Black Ops 1 was 3 lanes, and then you also had Nuketown. Nuketown would fucking suck ass. Like
It would
no
just
one
be generic.
exactly because every other map is the exact
Yeah.
same thing. But you got and I think the Academy is a fine map. I don't think it's terrible.
Which
But
one's
my big
that?
problem, and this is what I think drags it down, every fucking map is just the same design. It's like not just like 3 lanes, because most of them are fucking 3-lane garbage, which I hate. I like 3-lane maps if they're done well. If you do like 3 maps maximum, 3-lane maps in your game, perfect
It's
amount.
almost like
Balance it.
people like Nuketown for a reason.
What?
Yeah, because it
Whoa.
stood out.
Yeah.
But my issue is it's like the map creators just did not understand the logic of, hey, maybe we should put a bunch of maps like on the Halo ring and have it be more open, and have maybe like a tunnel that goes underneath the map that expands out to a big room, and then there's also like this jump jet area that blasts you across the map. They got that in that most recent map, but that map, the art style is the same as all the other ones, and so it's boring as well. Like, it has a good design. I like that map's layout. It's really nice layout in my opinion. I like how there's just corridors that just go places. It's not like a fucking 3-lane map, even though it is. It is absolutely a 3-lane map, but it doesn't feel like it because of all of that. But because the fucking art style, it's like this generic lame ass fucking art style where it's just, look, it's future woods. That's every fucking map. Every map is
it's
future
North America
woods.
woods. It's boring.
Exactly. It's so bad.
But like the thing is, right? I think the one map, like, why don't we have maps back in? Even this goes for campaign and things, but like C or whatever, where you had like Blood Gulch or Halo Reach, when you had like the Forge World. Sure, okay, you had a lot of maps were just regurgitated versions of the Forge World, but I didn't really mind that because it was open. It still felt pretty sick. I think Halo, they're trying to be too much like Call of Duty in the sense of having close quarters, tight quarters. I know they're trying to appeal to esports and the casual player, but I think they could also benefit from some open maps where you actually have, and actually you can utilize the sandbox, because how many maps can you really use a Warthog to its actual full extent, or like any other vehicles like a Scorpion, without it having buildings next to you, or like tall towers? Because don't you just want to like have it's like a sick ass like convoy or something, or bring back the Falcon, but have things like that. I don't know. I personally just I miss that.
Oh my god, you know what? You just brought up something I never even realized about the infinite maps. There's not a single open one. They're all
No.
fucking corridors. Like, even the one that's supposed to be open with the rocks, it's not. The
Yeah,
rocks
that's
all
the
guide
sandbox.
you
one
down
that I've
paths.
seen.
Holy
Like that
That's the
sand
one
map
I've seen,
sucks
yeah.
ass. They updated it. People were like, "Oh, they
Yeah.
updated it! Oh my god!" It still sucks.
Yeah.
Which
oh,
one?
really? Okay.
Like, they added like a couple rocks, so it's like ever so slightly better in terms of like not immediately dying. Instead of immediately dying for like the first 2 seconds of spawning in,
Guys,
you die after
holy
4
shit.
seconds. It's really crazy.
Holy
Which
shit,
map
are
they
you
have
talking
those
about?
2 rocks.
You know the sand map with the fucking 2
Oh
towers?
yeah, the like the failed attempt of sand trap.
Yeah, that thing. That
Oh
one's disgusting.
yeah.
It has vehicles
Yeah.
also for some
Oh.
reason. Ugh, I hate it.
See,
But like if
again,
you
Just
that's
bring a
another
mammoth
map
back
that I
out of-
think would have done better if it was like if every other map in the game was
Open.
better. I think that map would have been fine.
perhaps, but yeah,
It's-
Well, there's
especially
no
if the vehicles are
restrictions
good.
either.
yeah, like
The
that's
thing
another
is
thing.
that
Yeah,
the setting, the setting is legit a Halo ring. There's no excuse in that. Sure, Halo 5, alright, you want to go more Forerunner, sure, whatever. But now you legit have no limits. Like, yeah, sure, the Halo ring's still Forerunner, but it's actually got a mix of nature in that. Meaning you can actually have it way outdoors. And you said you can even like have it exclusively on the ring. Because at the moment, what they're trying to do, I don't even know what they're trying to do. It's just all over the place. Because yeah, they dip their toes in different environments and scenery, but it doesn't even feel like it. It just feels like the same map, just with a different texture pack on it from like Minecraft.
yes, 100% agree.
Bro, they bought the plastic texture pack. Holy shit.
Oh
Another
my
thing
god.
that I actually will say also affects the gameplay regarding maps. None of the maps in any fucking way at all actually like are enhanced with the armor abilities or whatever the fuck they're called in this game. I don't remember. None of them
Yeah, armor
enhance it.
abilities.
Like, it's weird because you have like the grappling hook. Not a single fucking map in the game is a good grappling hook map. Not one.
No.
I don't think
That is a
there's
good point.
like I think maybe there's that one again, like that one big team battle map with all the fucking rocks. I don't even remember what it's called because it's just a generic rock map. Like, maybe that one because there's a bunch of tall spires, but like that's one fucking big team battle map. Like, give me a 4v4 map with tall fucking space, like these tall rocks. Maybe have a vantage point that I can get to quicker with the grappling hook. Like, none of them encourage it. Like, maybe Academy,
No.
maybe.
not
Yeah, a
really.
little bit.
You know,
But
a
it's
li-
yeah,
it's
grappling
good
hooking
for
that probably
Fiesta.
not.
Like Fiesta, you might have like some fun with in this academy map with the fucking grapple hook
Yeah.
because there is some height, like you said. But generally, it's just like I didn't even think about this, but like yeah, the fucking maps don't even feel like they were made for the armor abilities at all.
Yeah. They're just
And I
generic.
think
Have
yeah,
you
because the
guys...
thing is, right, with Halo, Halo's never
Hmm.
okay, to be honest with you, this is a lethal opinion for you. I don't think
Oh, no.
Halo's ever actually done that properly to be honest, like with armor stuff, I don't think they've actually ever properly done because they've never really had armor that changed up the game completely. Sure, you got armor like what changes the whole, how you interact with the vehicles and things or whatever. And we don't talk about that. But the thing is, I think there's one. This is the one case where they never actually added something so like it's a big thing. It's not just an incremental addition to armor abilities. It's a big thing. Oh, grappling hook, you can traverse through the map really fast. And I think only one game out of like any franchise has really actually incorporated that into the gameplay and maps best. And I think personally, Titanfall 2, that's a prime one.
Yes, I
Even Titanfall
fucking
1,
love
but
Titanfall
Titanfall
2.
2, I think that's the only franchise that's actually been able to incorporate, grappling hooks or, that's one example, but other things like bouncing around and that. And I'm not saying, Halo needs to go through a Call of Duty phase and go to like Advanced Warfare and that, but I mean, have it where they actually, if you're going to add something, do it right. Don't do it as like a novelty, Don't go, okay, cool, there's a grappling hook. Oh, how are we going to use it? Is it going to really give that much of an advantage? Really? You kind of got to think about that when you add things.
I remember watching this guy go through the process of basically making a game, and he talks about how he was making it on his own and the problems he had with constantly coming up with cool ideas that he in his head thought, oh my god, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm going to incorporate that, but never going through the full process of making sure that that one feature was everything that it could be in the game before finding another thing that he wanted to add.
Hmm.
Before he knew it, he'd have so many ideas, so many things that he wanted to add,
Yeah.
and none of them were fully incorporated. And I think
Mm.
that's happening at Free for Free. They've got good ideas, but they never fully incorporate them into the gameplay, into the map design, into anything.
Well,
And because none of them are properly integrated into it, it falls apart.
I
Another aspect I
actually.
want to real
Oh,
quick
go ahead.
is the fact that like I don't know if it was on the multiplayer side because like I've said all my notes are on campaign, so but like if it's true a little bit for campaign or for multiplayer wise is the fact that there's like way too many people working on it and like there's just not proper communication
Yes,
because there's just too much bullshit going
absolutely.
around.
Communication, there you go.
But kind of go back a little bit what Sylas said about the maps never integrating armor abilities. I actually disagree with that because the only game that ever had armor abilities that actually affected movement specifically was Halo Reach, and that one they absolutely incorporated it. You notice in Halo Reach, almost every map, there was multiple levels for the jetpack. Every single one there was a reason to pick a jetpack over maybe sprint. And then sprint all around was more balanced around the maps and the maps being balanced around it because it was first of all it was very much a defensive use, and on top of that it was you either use a like the sprint is very circumstantial if you really think about it. It's like it's really only ever used to get away from combat. But the thing
That's
is, you can't use it anywhere else, right? Like a jetpack can be used
True.
anytime. It can be used offensively and defensively. You can get a height
Yeah.
advantage. You can get to somewhere with a gun. You can get out of a situation. You can jump off a cliff that would normally kill a player and save yourself at the end using the jetpack. There's all these little
Yeah.
things you can do with it. But with sprint, that's why I'm saying like sprint was, although it's not perfectly balanced, I like how it was balanced personally. I know that's maybe a cringe take. But it was never a problem of balancing around the map. It was the maps being it was never around it being balanced around the maps. It's like it was just balanced for itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
so
That makes more sense. I do take that back now. Now I'm thinking about Halo Reach and the way jetpacks work because now I just think about it like any map really, like Spire even or things like
Yeah.
that. When you got also they had the Falcon. When they had like air vehicles and things and you jumped out, if you're about to get absolutely just shish kebabbed, you could. There was no risk of dying unless you got sniped out of the sky. And again, it was all balanced because of that. So I do take it back. I repent.
I
good.
really do have to ask, as the inexperienced Halo player
Shalom.
here, I'm very interested into whether you guys think that Halo Infinite's armor abilities and movement would work in any way, shape, or form with like older Halo maps, like the classics.
It depends
How
which
how does that
ones.
compare? How does that
Probably not.
compare?
Okay, wait.
Like,
Let's make some rules about this. Let's say specifically the grappling hook,
Yeah.
because I think
Go
that's
for
gonna be
grappling hook.
that's the number one
Is
like
there
armor
any
ability.
old ass motherfucking maps that you think would work with grappling hook?
probably a couple Halo 3 maps. Like, what was that one map in Halo 3 where it had like the 2 levels?
like
Like, you know what I'm
90%
talking
of
about?
them.
Like, I'm talking about the Forerunner one. Like, there's like a flamethrower on the bottom that no one uses.
Oh, is that the one with the flood?
I think there might
it-
be. I don't think they're
Is
on
it
the
cold
flip.
storage?
No. It's just a literally. It's a simple like 2-3 floor level. It's Forerunner design. It has a flamethrower in the bottom no one uses. It has a weird little bridge thing that goes out in the open.
I think that's
And,
cold storage, isn't it? Isn't it based off a Halo CE map?
I have to freaking Google
Oh
it,
my
man.
god, yeah, I'm gonna look this
Wait,
up. That is
Halo
hurting my
3?
brain.
The Halo 3. I feel like an old man. How do I type Halo 3
What?
4?
Yeah,
How do you
cold
spell-
storage. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about.
Cold storage?
Yeah, cold storage is the one that has like a flood canisters and one of them's broken open, and there's like I'm trying to find like a good image of it. I guess I'll just pull up this one. This is just the like logo for the map. I'll go and drop it here in chat or voice. Actually, I'll drop it in voice logs here
Okay.
for you.
Oh,
There you go. It's dropped in voice logs. That's the one you're talking about, right?
what the fuck is voice
Oh hell
logs?
no, not my
It's
son.
in
Oh.
voice channels.
Oh no,
Oh,
it's
I
not
know
that.
that one.
Not that one?
No.
Hmm.
That one has just that one's like more flat-ish. I don't know about that.
You
I'm
don't
just
like that
Google
one.
the map.
You don't like that one. You rejected that one.
Yeah, man, he hated it.
What about the
Jeez.
the takeoff? Is it called takeoff from Halo Reach? I don't know what it's called.
Takeoff? I don't think that's a Halo
I don't know.
Reach
I don't
map.
think it's called takeoff. I don't think it is. I think I was making that up. I do apologize and I repent. What isn't it? What's that map called?
I will say, I think if there was a single map I could choose where I can integrate the grappling hook from Halo Reach, oh my god, there's actually I think a lot of them
Countdown.
from Reach
Sorry.
would work well because they were built on
Countdown.
the jetpack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Countdown
Countdown
is
is
the
the
one.
one with the that's the one with the
Yeah.
plane or whatever. Yeah.
No, not takeoff. Yeah, countdown. That would work with the grappling hook.
Oh, absolutely. That would work perfectly because it's just like
I
there's
know.
that big open area that you can access.
Yeah, so you can just shoot up.
That would work. That would be
shoot
a
and
really
scoot.
cool map actually to have a
Oh
grappling hook
yeah.
I'm glad I questioned this.
in.
Thanks, man. Good stuff, Brody.
Well, that's a prime example of what I'm saying when it comes to Infinite's maps. They don't feel like they're designed around it because like that's a great
Yeah.
map because that map is perfect for the jetpack. You can get from like if you didn't have the jetpack, you'd have to find like there's like 3 different ways to get up there, but they're like out of the way. If you had a jetpack, you just go straight up. In that big area where most of the combat happens, you just go straight up. And like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
an advantage because you get there quicker, but there's also the disadvantage of getting shot when you're going up. And so it's all these little things that Bungie was able to take into account. And this is what I hate about 343's map design. And they've always been bad about map design.
And then-
Since Halo
Yeah.
4, I don't think they've ever really had a map that was really good. I cannot
And
list
I think
any other
Well,
maps.
since Halo
one
4, they haven't
reason.
really had a game
Yeah.
that was really good. So
I'm gonna be honest here. This is gonna be another controversial one, but I think the whole point, like what Halo like has been with 343, they've been legit trying to copy Call of Duty, in
Yeah.
a sense. Don't get me wrong, because like is in Halo 4, you know, their debut as, you know, a company in charge of Halo, they had loadouts. They had loadouts, but like not just like a Halo Reach sense, but they had like proper Call of Duty style loadout system, and
Yeah.
it's got all these things attached to it. And Halo Reach actually did loadouts really well. You know, it wasn't customizable. It was everybody, because the whole point of Halo, and it always has been, is everybody has the exact same going in, and then it's, you know, it's fair,
yeah,
and
you
it's
get the
all
same
there on,
starter.
you know, by choice. But the thing is with Halo 4, you pick and choose. You want 4 on a weapon, sure, you get that, whatever. And it got so messy, and then that also transpired into map design, with also again in the shadow of Call of Duty with the 3 lanes and all
Yeah,
that
because
stuff.
when
And
anyone can have any gun, whatever they choose,
what's the
you
point of having a
completely remove
sandbox?
you completely remove any chance of a weapon being more powerful than another.
See,
Because
this
all of a
is
sudden
Yeah.
that makes it not balanced anymore. So you
this is
can't
what
have
I
power weapons.
hate about Halo 4, and I'm someone who actually, hilarious enough, I'll defend Halo 4. I liked it, and I still
Ooh.
kind of like it. I have a
Yeah.
soft spot for it. I know.
Ooh.
I have a soft spot
Ooh.
for it because I played it at a point in my life where I don't know, it was a very weird time in my life, and so it just left a huge
No,
impact.
I get that. I played
I
Resistance 3
understand.
and like
But yeah, for Halo 4, I agree. It's they the thing is they didn't take the second to assume why does only Call of Duty out of like any game, Call of Duty and Battlefield are the only games that do the loadout system and have it work. They never
Yeah.
questioned it. They just assumed they could do it. It's like, no. The reason why they do it is because one, there's so many fucking guns in the game that it's really hard to choose one that really outbalances another because there's always that other gun
Yeah.
at the end of the.
Mm.
So it's hard to do that. But on top of that, every map was painstakingly balanced around the guns that could be brought to it. Every one. And
Yeah.
that's the problem is 343 didn't take a second to ask, hey, would this map work with this? They were just like, just throw all the guns into a loadout system. And that sucked.
I think, yeah, you're on something there, but with Halo Infinite, okay, I actually might be defending it. I'm just going to find out more information because I haven't played it
Oh
in a while.
no. Oh,
Mr.
dear
Purdy
God.
Schmurdy, do they have customizable loadouts?
And Halo Infinite? No. No, they got
Okay,
rid of that.
I think they haven't. So, in a sense, they have. This is going to sound crazy. I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe, quite possibly, the smallest midget. Okay, they could have possibly learned from their past. I know this is going to sound crazy, but
That was in
they
Halo
might be
5.
learning. But exactly. It was no. Well, you had Warzone in
Yeah,
that.
with Halo 5. But
And-
people forget Halo 5 exists, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's not an
Master Chief
MCC,
got
so
fired
it
a lot.
didn't happen. Never
Yep.
happened.
They erased it
Didn't
from
happen.
history.
What?
Didn't
The
happen.
the created?
was no
What's
5 that
that?
used.
I don't know. Here, eat your
What?
microtransactions. Eat up. Here, I put a favorite
Bro,
helmet
like-
of yours in this bundle. Come on.
5? I've never even heard of that number, bro. Like,
How do you even spell that? Here,
Sure.
here, read this note. The note says
No,
if
I
I keep
speak
talking,
English.
I
I don't know what
get.
5
I-
is.
This note says that if I keep talking, I won't get my old helmets from older Halo games. Yep. So stop talking and eat up, buddy. $20.
Halo 5.
You want your
No, no, no,
the thing is-
Hazop helmet from Halo Reach that you got for free?
$3.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they didn't. It's
Oh
you sign
my
in 23 because you have to spend 25 because the way they fucking charge it. It's ugh.
Well,
Let's
even
not get into
talking
that.
about
That's just gonna
game,
make me mad.
Yeah, the Halo 5 game, there's one thing though I want to discuss. And this is the point in my life where I realized I'm actually insane. I looked at the mirror after coming up with this idea. I looked at myself, my reflection. I said, my name's Sylas. Yeah, Stylus, you are insane. Okay, and I'll tell you why. I actually, okay, this is gonna sound crazy. Well, no, actually, I really, okay. Again, this is a ludicrous take. I enjoyed the rec system. Okay, hold on for that thought for a minute. I enjoyed it if there was no monetary intervention. If you couldn't actually spend your own money on it, I think it would have actually been a really
Oh
good
my god,
system.
absolutely fucking agree. I'm gonna
Because
jump in on this
Warzone
really
even
quick.
I loved.
I want to jump in on this. First
really
things
quick.
first, I love Warzone 2, and I think the biggest problem with it was the microtransactions. What I would have done is have it kind of be like the credit system from Halo Reach, where every time you play a game, you get credits, and those credits can be spent on the fucking rec packs, and then you can use them in
Yep.
game. In the match, you can use rec pack, or you can use your rec points or whatever. Do that because that would have been so fucking cool, and you could have monetized the points.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's weird, right? This is going to sound really crazy, 343. If you're listening, this is going to be mind-boggling even, okay? You
Oh,
don't
good heavens.
get experience from doing challenges. You could get credits like Pertlight was saying from gameplay orientated, like, stuff like get headshots, get assists. You get points for that. It's not like you gotta do triple scooty woody schmoody 360 no scope in 5 games with the Mauler. It's like, you got to do something that requires, it doesn't even require that much skill. It's because they always go about, oh, we want to appeal to casual players and that, but they don't actually. If you think about it with the gameplay, in what way do they do that?
We want to appeal to casual players anyway. You better use your grapple hook to get into
gotta-
midair
yeah.
and then kill 5 people
I
while
think-
in midair 5 times on 5 different maps.
Well, even
if you
to
want
be
even
honest,
a single fucking credit.
yeah, and with the older games, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think they appeal more to the casual gamers than the new ones. If you think about it, it's more slow paced. Okay, it's not much running, and it seems quite easily like more simplistic. You walk around, see someone, you start shooting, or you jetpack, whatever. With these new ones, it is fast paced, but then they also want to. They don't have a clear vision. basically, because you got the esport, scene. Where they want to appeal to that, but they also want to, appeal to casual people. Everybody but the actual fan base. Just may I add, but they're failing at all of them. You can't. Unfortunately, you can't do that
That's
because even
why
with Call of Duty now, like actually, to be honest, now I'm thinking about Call of Duty does that very well, and I keep referring to Call of Duty, and they don't have much success, especially
What
in the
are you,
past.
some
And
sort of fucking COD fan? Maybe get infiltrated.
So I'm gonna bring this back to Halo Infinite because we did go out like crazy off topic there.
What game are we talking about?
Mhm, mhm.
I think that was a good. I think that was a good ending point for the question of the gameplay. That was kind of a
Yeah.
crazy tangent. Because I'll be honest. I did tell Jig before he came on. I told him that I want him to replay the campaign so he can get a fresh memory on it. And so I also asked him to have a shit ton of notes. So I have a quick
Oh, I thought you were
question.
just gonna ask him to do his shit. Okay. Yeah.
What specifically went wrong with Halo Infinite story? And I wanna ask everyone
Let's
here.
hear it.
You can,
It
but I'm gonna
happened.
slightly change my question. You can name only 3 things, and then I have another question on top of this, but I'll wait until everyone's done. So I want you to name 3 specific things.
I have one thing. It happened.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, I was like, where do I start? Like, conception. Like, they're talking like when I first like touched the game, or you talking
So like
you know?
specifically, just when it comes to it, just
Biggest problem with Halo Infinite story, it was written.
Yeah.
but like specifically, just when it in terms of the Halo Infinite story, like in terms of what the story presented to the players. What I want you to name 3 things that were specifically what ruined it. Because in my eyes, I'm gonna say this here. I couldn't play it because Halo Infinite was horribly ported to PC, and it crashes every time I try to launch it. Yes, sir. And so I had to rewatch all the game through the fucking cutscenes. That were uploaded
That's
to
so
YouTube.
fun.
Yeah, it was definitely not boring.
Check out Pertlight, guys. Pertlight.yt. Check him out. He's got gameplay. He's got what you want. He's got. If you're a child, you get a free Xbox in the giveaway.
Yeah, but I will say that
if you're under 18, they'll groom you.
no, okay, no, cut that out, cut
Can
that out.
confirm. Can confirm.
But yeah, so my whole thing though is that it's like I don't know. I see the game as the first half of it was really good, and then the second half of it fucking crashed and
Wrong.
burned.
You're simply wrong.
Fair enough, man. I
Okay,
think the
then
second
give us
half.
3 reasons.
Well, I'm getting to. I'm getting to it.
First half. Think
Set-
about it. What's the first thing you see?
Wait,
in the
wait,
first
hang
half?
on,
What's
hang.
the first
Shut
thing?
up, man. Let me explain. Let me cook.
What is this fucking catchphrase? Say what you see.
So here's what I'm saying is that the first thing that I think they fucked up on 100%. They had way too many cooks in the kitchen, or someone was cooking with way too many fucking ideas.
No.
They had
Yeah.
like the Harbinger had no reason to
Like,
exist.
what?
The fucking
It
they're
goes
so like
back
if
to
you cut the
the
Harbinger out of the
fucking-
story and the endless concept, cut both those out. There's no reason for them to be in the story. They
It
literally
goes
do
back to
nothing.
the analogy we made.
They're
Fuck
for
yeah.
the. Ooh, there's always a bigger enemy. or
But
whatever
that's
that
Wait, my
stupid
game
because
question
like
is
it doesn't
one
go
thing.
because
Wait,
that's
what
not
did you
even
say,
true.
Pertlight, before?
I know it's not even in this like.
Yeah.
It's literally it's not part of this game at all. You could literally just have it be like in like a background in terms of like a fucking data log or something like
And
that.
they do that
And
with the
nothing
fucking little data rings or whatever all over the ring. You can go up to them and
Yeah.
like have Cortana,
I'm
Cortana
so
really.
confused right now.
Cortana. Okay, hang on. Wait. What I'm saying is, when it came to the story, one of my biggest issues with it was that they had way too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Wait, but we're on about
Halo
wait,
Infinite
what?
is a restaurant.
We're on the story.
with
We're talking about
far too
what
many
3 things went
chefs.
wrong with the
But
story.
what about Master Chief, not Master Chef? You know that, right? What?
Do you not know? Wait, hang on. Have you never heard the analogy "too many cooks in the kitchen"?
Mate, if you can't handle the heat,
Halo
get out of the
Infinite
kitchen.
is a
That's what I
restaurant
say.
with too many cooks in the kitchen and only one waiter.
Wait. Hang on. Slow down. Sylas, have you never heard of the phrase "too many cooks in the
Oh,
kitchen"?
I have.
Then what are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, I don't
What?
know. I think the story just ever since
What?
the Wookiee landed in New Mombasa, I think
Fuck off.
that's when it went well.
My biggest issue is specifically they had too many ideas, and as Jig and I said, cut the endless out, cut the Harbinger. They were literally there for no reason at
Not
all
needed.
because they didn't even push story DLC. They didn't do anything. They were just there. So cut them out.
just there, yeah.
Useless.
just
I think you
exist.
can kind of and with that time actually you can greatly increase Eshrom's character and the bosses that
again,
you're gonna
the-
fight. And also cut
too
down like
many-
half the
too many
bosses. We did not need to fight that many bosses in the campaign. Most of them were fucking lame.
How many were there?
There's
Oh my
like
God.
6.
Was it? I thought there was more. I thought there was like 7 or 8.
There's
7.
like around 7, 6 maybe, but then there's like a billion HVTs that are lame.
And then
But
there
okay,
was actually no, there was 8 as
there's
well because it
Trelawney-
was Master Chief himself.
you have Tremonius, the fucking tower dude. You have the Basses. You have
What?
fucking and Jago. Oh yeah, there is 7.
There's 7.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, but my point is, so the first thing would
The
be
main boss of Halo Infinite is the desire to not play.
Yeah.
when it comes to my 3 things, the first thing that I would say that ruined it was specifically too many cooks in the kitchen. The second thing is
Yeah.
I don't think they had a clear idea of where they wanted the story to go when they first started writing. And 3, and this is the biggest one, just general like expectations versus reality. Like they gotta hone that shit in, man, because they had this like broad scope of I wanted to do this, and this, and that's where the endless came from. Like, cut that shit out. You don't need it. So just like, because everything else I think is there. The gameplay I think is solid. I think the first half of the story is solid. But then when the game had to come to a conclusion, it just didn't because they had way too many ideas left in the open. So sorry that took so long. I'll let Jig go ahead and talk about his 3 things.
The 3 things that I wrote down were like the main 3 things for the problem was lack of information, too much random new info. Fucking, I know I'm going like 4, but fuck it. Too fast pacing and relying on third party. Like it just made it for like a confusing mess on like what the fuck is going on. Like when you start the game, I don't think anyone like understood what the fuck is going on. Like especially if you play the prior games, it's like okay, the Infinity, the big ass, way too OP to even exist in the first place, but sure, why not? It exists. It's deleted. Okay, what the fuck?
It's just destroyed.
Yeah. You have freaking Aatrox who was stuck on the Ark as we last known. He's back now. He's back in the galaxy. What happened to the Spirit of Fire? No, I don't know. Something.
Give me one reason why it's called Halo Infinite and not Halo
Where's
Infinity.
Where's the Iris team? Where's everybody? I don't know. Where's Shipmaster? I don't know. I'm talking about like the event.
Oh.
But like even the
Shipmaster's too busy getting bitches.
yeah. You just have no idea what's going on. And like they're just what? Like, huh? You're just left confused. Like they're like
I'm
see that
pretty,
confused
I'm
noise
pretty
again, please?
sure.
finish the game. You're given such little info, but at the same time, a lot of questions. You just you're still confused. Like no info, too many questions that are just added for no reason.
I'm pretty sure someone who has literally never played Halo before could play Halo Infinite and come out of it just as confused as someone who knows
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
It's the same result regardless.
But
You're
like,
both just sat there like, what the fuck did I just play?
here's the thing. I actually partially disagree in terms of the third-party media thing.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Well, just hear me out,
Whoa,
because
come on now.
fight.
You can't disagree on this chat podcast.
my big problem is that it's not third-party media, it's non-existent media. Because as far as I can tell, most of the shit that happens isn't even covered in third-party media. Like
Yeah,
who like
you're
okay, like who the Banished are, the like events that happen directly before Halo Infinite, yeah, those are covered in third-party media. But besides that, like who the fuck is the weapon? Is that actually talked about in the book?
No, I don't think we're talking about the weapon. I don't think, but like, I'm talking like just the Aatrox for the bug flying. Everything else is like,
I'm just talking about like everything. Like it's just so much shit that just happens. Is like, wait, what? Like Blue Team. Where the fuck is Blue Team? They're
They
just
went on a
not
special-
there.
They went on a stupid mission. It's in a data log. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I remember hearing like I think fucking Halsey was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna send Blue Team." It's like, what the fuck? Why are they not? What mission? I want to know.
It's like, oh, what's the important mission? They send 3 Spartan 2s, but not their leader.
Yeah, like what the fuck's the logic of that? Why is Chief here? Plot convenience?
Literally, I think they're like, okay, dang, we have too many characters in Halo 5. We don't know what the hell to do with them. Let's cut them out. Even though we added them back in from the books and shit. Fuck it, we're gonna give up on that aspect. But then they forgot about that idea entirely, and they're like, oh, dude, let's add so many new Banished. Oh, let's go. None of them are gonna mean anything, you know?
Yeah.
They're all gonna work one-dimensional, lame. Whatever.
Silas,
The
what three
baddest,
things would
at
you?
least to me, and I know
Oof.
I'm bumping in on Silas's moment
Oof.
here, but at least to me, the Banished look about as one-dimensional as like Al-Assad's army from
They
the
are, and
Modern
they make
Warfare.
no sense canonically at all. They make literally
Almost
no
what?
fucking sense.
Is that a terrorist?
Who?
Yeah,
Alistair.
the bad guy in the Middle East from the
Wait, is that the
original
sand
Modern
desert
Warfare.
like mission? When you're like,
Oh, Al
you never that
Hassad?
one?
Oh yeah, from
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Modern
you
Warfare.
know,
Yeah,
the guy that executes the president against like a
yeah,
fucking
the
Base.
guy with
Oh, COD
the
4.
red.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
Yeah, COD 4, yeah, the original
I was
Modern
like,
Warfare.
like
yeah, with the red beret. Yeah,
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 that guy.
base guy.
That guy and his army are about as one-dimensional as the Banished to me.
yeah. I don't even
To
think
be
that's
fair,
true because they're
to be,
supposed to be one dimensional because they're just
yeah,
it. They're like a
They're
pawn by the
terrorists.
Russians. Yeah, well, they're not even just
We don't
terrorists, but
negotiate with terrorists, guys.
Yeah,
they're
they
literally
have
just there because it's a deeper plot by the ultra nationalists. I think that's what they're called in COD 4.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
But in the
ultra-nationalist.
Banished, they're not even that. They're just we broke away from the Covenant and now we're stronger than the Covenant, which makes no fucking sense at all.
Wait, hold on. They broke away, so they weren't banished. They left. They left of their own accord.
Well,
no,
okay, Atriox was actually I guess Atriox
ban-
wasn't because he was gonna get killed, wasn't he? He wasn't
yeah,
necessarily banished.
yeah.
Oh
So
my
their
god,
name
Brody, why do you
doesn't
gotta
even
fucking
make
bring up these?
sense.
God damn it, Brody! For fuck's sake, that's
Their
like the
name
second time
doesn't
you've done
even make
this.
sense. The Exiters.
The levers, we leave. Fuck you guys.
The
It's fucking
lefties.
Brexit all over
The
again.
lefties, the commies. All right.
It's fucking Brexit, but for the Covenant. It's great.
They're all fucking sipping on their tea. Quite delicate, isn't it? Fucking hate these fucking covey bastards. Oh,
Either it's Brexit or it's secession from the Union. We gotta bring that up.
The banished.
Oh.
They had slaves. Oh my god.
Yeah,
hey there,
Banished-
mister. Welcome to
yeah.
Banished territory.
I'm telling you, man, it's the Banished Confederacy.
Atriox and Eshram are literally those two hillbillies from the SpongeBob movie. The ones who have their mouths ripped
Atri-
off.
What, Mermaid
Eshram
Man?
is literally just fucking General Lee.
Ugh.
Oh
right.
god.
You know-
Anyway.
Silas, go ahead with your fucking three things.
I'm still here. Yeah, righto. Okay, so I could say probably 3 things. Firstly, I'm gonna wait
Whoa.
till my cat enters the room. Okay. Now this is gonna be quite creative, but I'm gonna say 4 things if I can be bothered. If not, it'll be 3. So we'll hope if I can get that far. So, first one, theatrics. All right, Halo. What's it all been about? Ooh, you know, theatrics. You're on the edge of your seat. You're on the edge. You're edging.
Oof.
Okay. You're playing the game. Warthog Run. What are you doing? You're on the edge. You want to explode. Basically, it's just a great, it's the atmosphere, sound design. Sure, they actually had pretty good soundtrack for the game, but it wasn't. It didn't have any oomph. You know, it's a bit like, ooh, you know, the what's it called? The one into what's that one track from Halo C? I think it is about the woods. Walk in the woods, or whatever.
Yeah.
To the
But
fort.
it's got like a different, yeah, it's got a different name now because they
updated.
It's got a
Um,
different name now.
and
Instead of
the thing
instead
is,
of
right?
it goes.
Yeah. Exactly right. Couldn't say any better. Except from I did. And long story short, it's just there's no oomph. I'm not feeling like I want to play this anymore. And I actually contemplate the existence of my very soul itself because I'm playing that game. I just think, well, I could be putting 2 Lego blocks together. You know what? You know, it really makes me contemplate my. And I look in the mirror and I look at my reflection and I go,
could be
what
putting
am I?
2 Lego blocks together.
Okay, we don't need to get political now, okay, everybody? So what I'm trying to say is theatrics. Theatrics, there's no oomph. Second thing, okay, is, and I didn't even think to this point, so I'm thinking on the spot as I speak. I'm just that intellectual. I think it's the characters. The characters, like mentioned before by Jig, they've got this whole cast of people they've built up, and well, even not even built up if you think about it. Halo 4, you got, what was it, Palmer? They got out of there, and then you know Lasky or whatever, and then boom, locks in this joint. It's a new guy. He hates Master Chief. Well, he doesn't really, but he does. But he doesn't. Anyway, they have a drunk bar fight, whatever, which sucks, and actually it's just a big stain in the game. And then all these people they brought in, okay, cool. They got the people from the books, they got blue team, all that stuff, and they're gone out of it for some reason because, you know, they're protecting and wiping the arbiter's butts or something. I don't know, whatever they were doing, okay, because you can't reach it because there's this long spine. But the thing is, right, it was just the characters and they weren't incorporated. There's no consistency in the story because you go, okay, cool, where's Lasky? If you're a fan of him, okay, sure, weirdo. And you're like, where's Lasky? Where's he
I like
at? Or
Lasky.
oh, where's Locke? Oh, his helmet's in that guy's shoulder. Is he in the game? But he's dead. But he's not. Is he dead? I don't know. And then my final point is actually I hated the first half of the story. The second part I liked, especially where
What?
the actual credits played. That was my favorite bit. But the beginning I hated because just solely down to the beginning. Okay, that first cutscene, it scarred me. Rotten. Okay, how the hell? Okay, there's this spawn to big green hunk of a man wants to shoot. All right, he goes up, sees Monkey Man, come up to him, big hammer, and he knows, oh, this guy's a big ball player. He's got some huge balls. I'm gonna try and do some, X Y combos. Doesn't work, so I'm gonna stand there still, so Monkey Man can just grab me and throw me around. It's stupid, and better
It is
yet,
very
this man
stupid,
is,
I'll give you that.
enhanced machine. I can't. Well, they never seen goddamn Halo 3 promotional video. He can take on Big Monkey Man if he wants to. He's got that little plasma grenade there. So personally, it's inaccurate. There was many times where Chief could have actually just killed Aatrox, especially with his grappling hook straight to the skull.
What were your 3 points?
And I'm sorry. My 3 points: characters, theatrics, and the first half of the game,
I
and then
really
the
wanna
second half
say-
of the game. That was my 4th point.
I
Actually, just the whole thing.
I actually genuinely will agree. I forgot to mention this in mine. The first cutscene is literally fucking so useless. It is actually more useless than the endless and everything because there's no reason for it to be there. It could have just been shown, or it could have been just told to the player. We never had to see that. And it's like everyone shits on the idea of fucking well, oh my god, what's it? Exposition? Exposition can be fine as long as you don't just dump it on someone for no reason. That fucking cutscene literally served no fucking purpose at all. It does nothing, and it's poorly choreographed, and the animation and the animation quality doesn't fit the rest of the fucking game, and it's like a fucking different ratio. Like the fucking it's a different ratio than in every other cutscene. It's 16:9. None of the other ones are 16 by fucking 9. So why
I think
even?
it goes on. I think it goes on to Sylas' point of theatrics of like that was just kind of like them trying to show off or whatever, but it just didn't like. It sucked and it didn't make sense. It was just, like I don't even know like what like I don't even know what I was looking at. Like okay, we're seeing an infinity hangar. Everyone's kind of like just randomly placed. There's like some
Yes, Marines are just running around, not even
some
anywhere
Marines
specific.
here, some grunts over there for some reason, and then
It's
like
happening.
there's an explosion behind Chief, and then Aatrox just comes out of nowhere. He teleports, fucking. Yeet! Dude, it looks so goofy. I know I'm ranting a little bit, but like,
Is
dude,
that
it
when he
looks
takes
so
in?
fucking goofy and like cartoony.
No,
The way he
you
punches and
have
moves around.
you have everyone in this room's permission to rant about this because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I
it
hate
is
it
stupid,
too.
especially when he takes the soul stone out of that guy's head. Where did he come from?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
Okay,
off.
I know you're fucking around with that joke, but you're not even like necessarily like because it kind of feels like that. It's just like what? He just comes out of nowhere, and also why? Where's okay? So the Cortana chip, right? You know that scene where it flies out. Where the fuck did that come from?
I guess from the back of the head. But like
His
that's
I'm
hands.
another
sorry,
Are you-
Chief
do you
fell
read
from
the lore?
fucking space and hit the ground. He was on fire and was going fast enough to catch fire because of the fucking atmosphere. That's how
I
fast he
guess
was
the chip
falling.
didn't come.
And
Yeah,
when he
I was gonna say,
landed,
like,
that Cortana chip did not fall
stayed in
out. And that was
of his hand,
older
so-
armor.
But you see, he was in his locked stage. He had armor lock.
Of
His armor was
course.
unlocked in Halo Infinite.
Yeah, it was when he go like he just Monkey Man picked him up and then
I'm actually
dragged
gonna look
him,
up
and he
that cutscene
armor
really
locked,
quick.
Then
I'm
for
gonna-
some reason, I don't know why.
But you see, Atriox said it's brute in time, and he bruted everything.
One other thing is, right, he was like, oh, Aatrox rocks up and goes, oh, defeat, it turns the legs to jelly, and Chief, for some reason, like, he just goes, it's stupid. I don't know why.
He
And
just
then,
cried.
He
he
does.
gave Aatrox so much time, and, Aatrox is holding him, and he's like, oh, now this puts a smile on my face. and then he just throws man into space.
I have a question. Why does Master Chief drop a full auto assault rifle for a fucking sidekick?
He ran out of ammo, I guess. But I
You
guess
never
he
played
wanted
Halo C, bro?
You know,
Ran out of-
you'd think, with a gun that has a physical ammo counter, they can literally
So-
show the ammo counter go to 0 to
or
clearly
they can show or some shit. I don't
yeah,
know.
or literally have him go and
Bro,
look
like-
at the gun and throw it. That'd be cool too.
Are you silly, bro? You know how long they didn't have long to make this game. Like it was
He could have had
there was
them do
time
it.
constraints.
It's a cutscene.
Then
They
you
could
have to delay the game. It was a rushed game. So do you really think they had time to do that? Seriously, man?
Yeah, man. I know.
Yeah,
Six
rush
years.
game, 6 years.
You know,
We're running on
sometimes
7.
I would like to see my cutscene fights be a little bit more fucking fair. The
Okay.
fact
Yeah.
that Atriox just completely pwns him in this fight,
It makes no sense.
kind
I-
of,
No, it doesn't.
sort of.
Don't lie to
ish,
yourself. Don't
maybe.
No,
lie
it
to
does.
yourself.
It doesn't make sense at
If you-
all.
if
Like,
you
first of all,
really
how the
try.
fuck does Atriox
But-
even lift him up?
Yeah,
He's
no,
like the
it's just not
fucking
possible.
weight of like 4 semi trucks. Like,
And
what?
then he goes armor lock as well.
Yeah.
It
What?
makes sense if you're a complete moron, but other than that, it's hard to
You're
make it
gonna
make
appeal to
sense.
the casual gamer.
It's weird because like the red team fight versus H-Drugs, it's way better. Like so much better.
I
Yeah,
would,
way
that
more
makes
I would
sense, that one.
much
and it's
rather
so
see-
cool. You know, it's cool. It makes sense and all that stuff. And this one is just like, what the fuck? Like,
And
what the-
I would
actually,
much
Why is Aatrox
rather
on the-
see Chief
I mean-
like very much struggle against Atriox and have a hard time fighting him, but
sure.
still stand up on
But
his
he's gotta
own
put up
2
a
feet
fight,
and
though.
then
Like-
get fucked.
there really is supposed to be a
Yeah.
difference between the other Spartans and Chief. Chief is called the
Yeah.
demon, and not little demons, like how Atriox refers
Yeah.
to the other Spartans, and how people in general, or the Covenant, I guess, in general, refer to other Spartans compared to Chief, because they know
Yeah.
he's the
Yeah.
honcho. He's the fucking
It's-
top boy.
I don't even know anymore. Because actually, you know what? I want to use their words against them. They said, if you haven't played Halo, you can jump into it, okay? So let's
Oh
put our
my
mind
god,
in a
yes,
fresh
I was
player.
gonna bring that up.
Okay, cutscene. Okay, here we go. Alright, infinite. What? Whoa, explosion. Okay, this man, I've seen him on the cover of all the game. Okay, he's running. Monkey? He's. Whoa. Okay, he's got a hammer. It's Donkey Kong. He's got a hammer.
The mace.
Oh my god, he's throwing out this
Oh
in
my God.
space.
That is
What's
the
that
most
big ring
perfect
thing?
description. Just monkey.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
this guy's kind of a loser. What the fuck?
who are they trying to
fuck?
appeal to?
I don't
know.
know.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
weird. It feels like
fluffy
it's supposed to
version of
appeal to
the mold.
old time fans, but then like they also talk about being a soft reboot, but it's clearly trying to be a sequel. It's so bizarre.
It made me
It's
soft
like
playing that game.
it's so weird. And I'm rewatching the cutscene right now, and you're fucking right. He literally doesn't do anything. And I know I
Yeah,
said this. I think I talked about it right after I played the game to
Ding.
Jig. Because when I played the game the first time, I loved the game the first time I played it. I didn't have any negative feelings about it.
Don't lie to yourself.
I when I first played, I loved it, and that cutscene, even then, I fucking hated it because it just pissed me off. Because like, what's the point? It was poorly
You
choreographed. It
legit
was
button
stupid.
mashes.
And my biggest problem with it is like Chief shouldn't get bodied like that. What should have happened is
Yeah, no.
in some way or another, Chief should have gotten hit, or he should have taken some sort of damage.
Or
Something
distracted
should
by
have happened
something.
to
Some
him.
high stakes.
And
you
so-
know?
Maybe some
Like, as in, yeah,
after-
someone's life is on the line or whatever, and he has to sacrifice that for something.
You
Or-
can present
have Aatrox have a scar coming
as
out
a
from it.
scary opponent.
Yeah, just something
You
hit
can't-
him, or he gets hurt in some way, so that when Atriox comes around the corner and bodies him, it first of all, it feels more realistic as to how Chief would lose.
Yeah.
But
You
it
could
leaves it in the
have someone be presented as a strong and worthwhile opponent without
for-
them just absolutely obliterating your
Yeah.
childhood hero.
Because now
You
the
can't-
biggest issue now in
can't
terms
have
of, and this
that.
is a writing problem that I don't think anyone really understands when it comes to writing. You never want to have your antagonist absolutely destroy the fucking protagonist within the beginning of the story, because the protagonist should be able to beat them by the end of it. You should feel like the protagonist always had a chance, but he got fucked over by something or another, whether that be his own emotions or whether that be his own skill. It should be something like
Yeah.
that. But they just
Well,
he just
actually,
bodies him for no reason.
If you don't mind me adding, I think one thing will be really good is a way for them to use, like, to fix their laziness, right? If they can't, if it's really too hard to have that many characters in it, kill off a character that they've built up in the games and actually have it on screen in front of Chief, and then Chief at least doesn't get bodied or whatever. Chief is like trying to escort someone off, and then maybe, like, the Pelican whatever gets intercepted, and then he's out in space. Something like that. Not like, again, monkey smash.
Okay,
Uh,
then what's a good example of like fight choreography in that regard then?
well, really
Because
quick,
evidently Halo Infinite's first cutscene did a really bad job.
Jig. I want you to specific because you just sent this message into the little podcast chat. Can you
Oh.
say that first message you said out loud here?
Aatrox should not have been on the ship at
Thank
all.
you.
Like, it just
yeah.
seems so goofy to like, hey, let's send our leader to the ship that we're trying to explode and fucking shoot at. It's kind of like it's almost like episode 3, but worse. Because like in episode 3, they at least had the like, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's just stupid. They just like keep shooting at it, shooting at it, shooting at it. Fucking, they're also invading on it for some reason. Like, but they have like not proper teams. Like again, like I said, like random jackals, random grunts with no elite or
And the
true,
Marines
leader.
who are just running towards the open fucking airlock for some reason and not going to a
Yeah.
ship.
I don't know what they're going. They're just gonna jump off, I guess. It's just like what? It just makes no sense. And it's again like you were saying, Chiefs like don't have him fight so early. It's way too early, especially the head of the fucking banish. Like whoa. He's not even in the game anyways, so he doesn't even matter. You could just take him out.
Exactly.
So just fuck off. Like
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, right? I personally think, right? What if
you think?
you know it's crazy, right? I know this is crazy. I'm thinking right now.
Take
Why
a
is
shot every
Aatrox in it,
time
but he's
he
not?
has said, I have something crazy or I think something's crazy.
Yeah, do a counter, please, and then just do a count of how many times you've been let down. But what if it was Asharam, whatever the guy's name is, alright? You actually fight him. There would actually be a build up towards that, and then, and not actually get, Chief Bash. Let's pretend that like nothing like that happens. Let's just assume what we were talking about actually occurs. But Aatrox is still there. So let's say we remove Aatrox and we have that, the new bad guy, whatever his name is, the unforgettable, really unforgettable character, the brute guy, whatever it is. I don't know. What is his name? A charm? A charm? A
Escharum.
Shinarm?
Escharum.
Eshram. That's like I was saying, Eshram, right? What if he was there on the thing? Like, why does Aatrox actually have to be in the game in the first place? Because it would actually be better if he was built up in cutscenes, sure, but not actually in the gameplay. I'd rather that than, well, which actually even happened. It was even built up in the cutscenes, but what's the point of even having him in it? To be honest, like, if you had the that guy, I'm gonna say the Eshram, if you had him right, it would have been actually somewhat. Oh, okay. This is the guy who somewhat held his own against Chief. This is gonna be actually a fight. A pretty tough fight. Instead of actually going, okay, it's another monkey man. What's he like? I think I don't know. Aatrox just
I
didn't
really
belong in Infinite, in my personal opinion.
oddly, like even though Halo Wars is not even that old, I feel like they just want to be like, let's get like some nostalgia slash what is that it's called? Like when you show a character from another show and it's like, oh my god. I think
crossover,
like a crossover or whatever.
fan
Fuck.
service, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh
cancer,
look, it's the guy.
fan
Look,
service.
and all that stuff like, oh, it's so cool. It's like but like if you're not like if you didn't play Halo Wars, like many people didn't.
Like I didn't.
if you
I
didn't
didn't play either Halo Wars game. I just know the
Yeah, I don't
story
like
of it.
chess. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No one really played it because it's a little side thing. That's fine, whatever.
Bit nerdy.
But then they threw it into the main FPS with no build up, no nothing. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, okay. Ooh, okay, Pella, you go ahead. You go ahead. You had a stroke there,
Hey,
so I'll let you.
whatever you're the host and everything, but you can be as rude as you want. Whatever.
I'm curious, Jig. This is kind of a question for you since you know the story more than anyone here. Why the fuck did the Banished want to fire the Halo ring? Because the Halo ring has been like this is undisputable. The Halo ring exists to wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy for the purpose of stopping the flood.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, weren't all the rings shut down?
Yeah, this is my other point. Like, I don't know why Aatrox would go off the arc and go to a ring instead of the arc itself. And like the arc is like basically the only thing that really matters. And he was already there, so it's like why not just I get maybe retreat and then come back with some forces, then come back since they have a jabillion fucking aliens, so they can just go back to the arc so easily.
Why specifically did they want to fire the ring though? Like, what about the ring? Like, I don't understand that plan.
I don't know if it was the ring or
no. They said that at one point. They said specifically. I remember that Chief said we need to stop them from firing the ring.
You know, you asked such a big question.
I don't get
Sorry,
it.
he's revving up.
You asked a question, like, dude.
Shut
So
up.
much of a cold start.
It's never. I had to make sure because it's never explained, right?
Not really. It's the only thing like I really know about the banished want is the endless for some reason, but like they didn't really know about them until like 10 seconds ago.
I don't even think they wanted the
But
endless,
they're
didn't they? Because I thought that
think-
was specifically the harbinger that wanted the endless.
I think it's like
I don't know.
the harbinger wants the endless to come back, and there's like a secret on the ring. That's what they're always talking about. Like, there's a secret on this ring, Cortana. You know? Did you know the ring that you were on is super secret? There's so
Oh
hidden.
my
There's
god.
There's so much interesting things that the player will never be able to access because that takes time. And
No,
we-
but it adds mystery, Pertlight. It adds mystery, and that's what 3 from
Yeah,
3
yeah,
did.
it's
Yeah,
not
that's
lazy
really
writing;
good.
it's mystery.
Mystery,
I don't-
guys. It makes you excited. Come on, be excited, guys.
I don't know what.
Bro, we
The only
put
thing
a box in the game and it's got like a lock on it, but you can't open the lock. Mystery, guys.
Oh, what? Like armor coatings?
Yeah, like
Did you say?
Me?
Wait! What'd you just say?
It was like armor coatings. You know, get a little box and you can't open it unless you pay. That makes me sad. Back to, I didn't know, I just want to
Yeah,
throw in the
pay
armor
for the
coating little
next
side
Halo
rant
that's
there.
not gonna come out.
Whoa! Hey, don't spoil it, man. You gotta add the mystery.
Listen,
What's
when
the
it comes
next
to
Halo gonna be
armor
called?
coatings, I'm gonna say something really slick.
Ooh.
I
What?
defended armor coatings, and I still defend armor coatings.
You
Okay,
defend-
well, you know what? Jokes
What?
aside, I actually have
Would you?
a question to propose to everybody. Okay, this
Oh,
is gonna be a
no.
little fun for the family. So it's
Oh,
gonna
no.
go in the order of the podcast, you know, voice channel thing, whatever. So Brody at the top, I'm gonna go down to the bottom to, you know, yours truly, and all of us are gonna take turns while on this topic of saying, like in 2 minutes, what would you want the story to be like? And it can actually, you can pull things from whatever. You can assume that something happened in
Ooh.
an older game, whatever. You have a 2-minute pitch of the story.
What do
Okay,
I
but you
want
have
the
to,
story
yeah,
to
you
be like?
gotta do it. So Brody, you ready? Your time starts
No,
now.
that's not fair.
And starting.
You're on the clock. Hurry up.
Yeah, no. I
Love
don't
you
know,
chose the one guy who's never played
you
Infinite.
would choose the one guy who has fucking
But no. Like, what would you like to see? Like, literally, like I know you only play the first like
no.
server, like recently, but like what kind of idea would you want from it? Like oh, something like let's I don't know, like fucking fighting the flood again, some other bullshit. What kind of story?
No.
Well, I actually have a better.
God, no.
Would you have continued the
Alright.
story after Halo 3?
Ooh.
Are you talking about like everybody or just
No, like
I'm
specifically
sorry. Let's
Brody,
go-
because I think I want to. I
Okay.
want Sylas to be able to continue his idea because I like that idea. But
Ooh, that's really thoughtful of you. Thank you so
What
much,
what do
Pertlight.
you mean
Thank
by
you so
continue the
much.
story after Halo? What
do you
Would
think
you-
Halo is worth it?
just like Halo at all should at any point after that?
I mean,
should
like,
not
continue
exist?
this basically this what everything that happens after Halo 3. Would you want to make a story about that, or do you think? Because I'm in the ballpark.
Yes, but not in the way that they did it.
Okay, so what would you do?
So how would you want to do it?
I would have like remnants of the Covenant be the main focus as
Oh.
opposed to I would not go with what Halo 4 did with the Prometheans. Fuck that shit. I want to see the Covenant fight to the bitter end in spite of everything that's happened. I want to see their internal conflicts. I want to see factions rise up against them. I want to see its collapse. And I want to
Banished.
see
Okay.
humanity still struggle with them, even after all this that they've been through. I want to see them still struggle with this enemy that they thought they had conquered, but had found out there's still so much work to be done, I suppose. That's where
That's
I
good.
would take Halo. Whether or not the Halo
Um,
community would like that, that's a very different question. But,
That's not
Well,
bad.
yeah, I don't think there's any pleasing.
Because
Well,
I
actually, no,
think there's
there could
something
be. I think
genuinely
it could be.
beautiful about the like the idea of an empire collapsing, and that's exactly
Yeah.
what the Covenant is. It's an empire,
Yeah.
and I want to see it collapse.
Well, yeah, Halo 2 even showed that empire and how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know, I don't
That
think we ever.
Halo 2,
I think that
Halo
had
2
in.
is all
Yeah,
about the cracks forming. I
exactly.
want to
But
see
I
the
don't think it's
building
actually
fall.
been carried on from that. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, right? Everything you described, it actually seems like there are some aspects of the newer games where they have that, and they
Yeah.
legit could have at any time continued that. Okay, another uprising thing, the Banish, sure. Halo 4, Remnants of Covenant, okay. Whatever. So if you actually did want to continue with Covenant, you could actually just expand on those. But instead, they actually had to throw in, like you
Yeah.
said, the Forerunners, which you didn't really need that early. And they just picked up this new title. They got all giddy with the little nanobots changing his armor, and then
Oh,
boom,
fuck off.
there was Forerunner.
Stop. You're going to make me get really mad and go on like a 40-minute
To
tangent
be
about
honest,
the
though,
nanobots.
they-
That shit pisses me
But
off
it's
beyond
nanobots,
anything.
man.
the
That is the
the
worst thing.
nanobots are
Like
stupid.
that is almost as bad as the
Don't
Forerunner change.
don't let yourself go on the.
I'm not going to.
Don't let
I'm not
yourself go
going
on.
to. I'm just saying, like,
Good.
in terms of dog
Good.
shit writing decision, like everything else, I can legitimately forgive. Literally, including Cortana turning evil, I can forgive it. The nanobots
I think
and the
you can.
Forerunners, unfucking forgivable. Unfucking
So-
forgivable.
So to answer the original question, if I
Yes.
had power over Halo Infinite, and I guess Halo after Halo 3, just free for freeze Halo, it would be all about the Covenant's remnants and what's left of the Empire falling apart. I don't think you need to get rid entirely of the Prometheans and the Forerunners and such, but make them tied into just like the Covenant still trying to hold on to its power and its its religious purpose, and just have the rest of Halo going forward be about bringing a final conclusion, a final end to the Covenant, because that's what I thought in Halo 3 when I finished Halo 3. I didn't feel a truly satisfying conclusion.
You
I
didn't?
didn't feel that. It didn't. No, it didn't feel satisfying. Well,
Wow.
Like
it
Halo
felt
2's ending.
satisfying. It felt satisfying, but it didn't feel like a conclusion. And that is what I
Sounds like
would
Halo 2,
want
not gonna
Halo
lie.
to be.
Since I'm next up,
Yeah, go on.
well,
Go on, bitch
so
boy.
in terms of my pitch, fuck off. In terms of my pitch for Halo Infinite, one thing I want to make clear is that because there's a lot of a lot of division in the community I saw after Halo Infinite came out, and that was people on one side saying they wanted to continue Halo 5, and the other side saying we just want a new start. I'm of the belief, if I had no control, I came in on the middle of Infinite, or not middle. I came in directly after Halo 5. I could not change what was already done. And I was told by Microsoft it has to be a direct sequel to Halo 5. Okay, fine. What I would do is have it be about the created. Cut fucking everything else. The Covenant got destroyed. Forerunners are basically the created now. Those are the main antagonists. I would have bounced it around the fact that now the creators are actively trying to wipe out humanity. They don't think humanity deserved the mantle, even though I fucking hate the idea of the humanities are not Forerunners. They were, but that I'm not going to get into that tangent. I would have it so they actively think, well, fuck humanity. They treat AI like shit and have it be an AI uprising story. There you go. They were going with that in Halo 5, so why not fucking continue it? So
What?
get
Become
like
human.
and then if you have this one enemy type, you have the one enemy type of this guys, the fucking Forerunners. Hyper focus on them. And then I also want them to continue the idea of this raging Cortana who ends up blowing up the Spartan base, because that actively makes it horrifying to know that there's actually now a limited number of Spartans out there. That's scary as shit. But I want that to be a big fucking moment in the story. Have it a huge moment. And then on top of that, I would like to introduce the Banished, because they were made in Halo, fucking what's it called? Halo Wars 2. Sorry, Halo Wars
You
2.
could actually.
Hold
I
on.
would
have
with
them be
your idea of
introduced.
destroying the Spartan base. Hold on, with your idea of destroying the Spartan base, I kind of like that in terms of like how Halo Infinite tried to do like an emotional side to the Chief and how he bounces off of God, what's his name? I've already forgotten him.
Esperanza, the pilot.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
How he bounces off of him. I think destroying the Spartan base would be a cool thing because that's like the closest thing that Chief has to a home.
Yeah.
In a weird sort of way. I like that. I like
Well,
how that would develop him.
But it's in
emotionally.
the story. That's the thing. It's in the fucking Infinite story. Just people forget about it.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
happens in Infinite. That's a fucking moment that
Yeah.
happens, and it goes nowhere. There's the only reason that
Yeah.
anyone would have any
Don't
impact by
touch
that
it, yeah.
is because they fucking knew about Halo Online, which was a canceled fucking game. That's the only reason. Literally. And it's this big fucking moment, but it's treated like it's nothing. And so have it be a
Yeah.
big moment. And so and really hyper focus on the end of humanity, and then maybe at the end you can just I don't know what I would decide. I would either have them kill off the created permanently, or I'd have some sort of remnant remaining, because this was the end of the trilogy. So
For
what I
you,
would
just
do is
upward
I
sleep.
personally actually I decided kill off the Krated. The ending is a big climactic battle, and then the final battle is basically Chief versus the Warden Eternal from Halo 5. And I know that sounds goofy, but hear me out. It has a more feminine voice, and by the end of it, you realize it's Cortana. It's one of the last rampant parts of Cortana. Um, and Chief has a one-to-one heart moment or heart-to-heart one-on-one moment with her, in which he tells her, "Listen, you've got to stop. Like his bullets aren't doing anything. He has to fucking fight her with friendship, essentially." I know it sounds goofy, but it would work, in my opinion, with these two characters that we've grown to see and love. And it would allow the moment for the player to have a really nice, beautiful moment between these two characters in which she says, "Okay,
In a
I'll
weird
kill
sort of way,
myself and take out the
I
Created as
imagine
well."
that would bring a lot more closure to players, if you will.
Yeah, it would. And she gives, but right before she dies, she says, "Chief, give this to the weapon." And she like gives her like a little like data cluster or whatever. And then the weapon looks at Chief and basically just takes it. Nothing really happens yet. And then, Cortana shuts everything down. They have to get out of there quick as the base is destroying around them. They get teleported out. And the weapon basically says, "All right, I'm going to start analyzing this, but be aware this is huge. I'm going to be offline for the next couple days." And that's how it ends. It kind of a bittersweet moment where Chief is kind of just left alone, and then he finally gets a call from Esperanza that he'll be there soon. And that's how it ends. In a really bittersweet moment where he stopped the Created, but he's lost like everything. Also, blue team's on the fucking Spartan base when it explodes. Absolutely. There needs to be a reason for fucking Chief to care. Blow him up,
Yeah.
kill them off in a really horrifying, sad way. And so when
You're
Chief is left
making it.
alone
You
in
know
the
what you're reminding me of,
a
in a
good
lot of
game.
ways. This kind of no, yeah, a good game. You're with this whole like theme of it's over. It's a nice conclusion, but he's also lost everything.
Yeah, bittersweet. Yeah.
It's reminding me a lot of the end of Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, that's absolutely, because you should feel like it's a conclusion, but it's like you lost so much along the
Makarov is
way.
dead, but Soap is dead as well. Yuri's dead. Nikolai's still alive. He'll be picking up Price anytime soon, but Price is still sat there watching a corpse hang and smoking a cigar. Like it's over, but fuck me, has he gone through a lot and lost a lot in this
Yeah,
process.
that was a very good idea, Sylas.
Yes.
Thank
All right.
you.
Sorry, I know
And
I meant way over the 2-minute mark. By the way, sorry.
Whoa, it's fine, man. You know what? It's fine,
It
man.
was worth
Hey,
it.
it's fine, man.
I
It's
can't
fine.
wait for Jig to tell us about how he would turn Halo Infinite into a porn movie.
Yeah, my quick idea for Halo Infinite pitch is literally just 4, meaning Halo 4, but better in terms of as a coven, like you said, like a fucking Brody, but no elites, no have the prophet aliens. I don't know what the fuck they're called. I keep forgetting their name. Have them be the main peeps because you ever seen the art? They're pretty cool, right? No?
Oh yeah, I don't know if these two actually have seen
prophet
those
fuckers.
characters.
What do you want?
There's like some art. I'm gonna see if I can find some real quick.
I'll look it up while you discuss
Alright.
what you're talking about.
But yeah, they could be like actual proper hardcore radicals and such. Like kind of like Brody was saying a little bit of the
Oh
Imperial,
yeah.
and like I mean like hardcore radicals. Like literally any of the aliens
Yeah.
can like or any of the enemies can go berserker
We're-
type mode.
We're talking like the Covenant equivalent of Puritans.
Yeah, basically the fucking Storm Covenant, but like 10 times better, like fucking a million times better. Dear God, I hate the Storm. They're cringe.
Agreed.
But and yeah, that's my little pitch. Just fucking go off the story, the fucking stupid domain planet. I don't know what the hell it's called in Halo 3. And just go with that idea. I just maybe
What's
I,
this?
I would have the foreigners be alive. Fuck that. This stupid. Ew.
What's this you
I would
said?
have Prometheans for me. Cringe. Ugh.
The picture I sent is what Jig's talking about. In the lore of Halo, the prophets?
The prophet species.
Yeah.
Yeah, so their species, they basically tried to create a Spartan program, and they used that species
Oh.
for them. And I think
Oh.
most of them died off. I don't remember how or why. I don't really care,
I
honestly.
don't remember,
They tried to make their own.
but
It was
basically,
too stressful.
This is the Covenant equivalent to a Spartan, basically, and there were very few of them.
Cool.
Very few of them.
I thought it was elites.
No.
nah, they're way more.
They're your equivalent in kind of like gameplay in a way, but
Yeah. not in terms of
Yeah.
story. These guys were what the Covenant wanted to make for their Spartan program.
Please don't tell me that's not what they're fucking called. I looked up their race. Is it seriously Sanshium?
Yeah,
Please
man.
don't tell me that's
I
the
don't-
name.
Sanctuarium, yeah, that's what they're called.
Sanshium, yeah.
Reference
That's
to
dumb. That's
Roots, or
dumb. Okay.
Ugh. But yeah.
But yeah, that's my quick pitch. Now on to you, Silas.
Yay! Okay. You know what? This is a crazy. This is a crazy idea. This is crazy. Okay. It's crazy to think about it. What if? All right. The didact. He's not even dead. Hell if whatever happened. All right. Screw it. Okay. They can either do three things here. All right. They can do little trilogy thing, and anyway, this is Halo Infinite, right? So they could either have it where everybody's teaming up to take on the Didact, right? And maybe the Didact, he's the one who actually corrupted Cortana, even though he's telling all this knowledge. Because if you think about it, how old is the Didact? He's Forerunner guy, and he's gone through and also didn't the Gravemind or whatever? No, it wasn't the Gravemind. It was some. Was it the Gravemind? I actually can't remember the lore. It's either the Gravemind or some AI corrupted him. I don't know which one it was now. Wasn't there that AI on that Forerunner planet or whatever?
You're
There
talking about
was something.
the monitor.
Huh?
It was the
Yeah.
monitor. Corrupted.
Is that the thing that corrupted
Yeah.
the data? Yeah. So what happened to that? What if, he had this whole discussion whatever with Cortana, and she's now gone do Lally and all that stuff, but she's still still obviously with Chief, like kind of what she is now in Halo 5, but as an extent, it's not just because she's gone to the edge of her whatever, or she lifespan, or she's gone evil. It's actually because she actually has learned kind of the truth in a way, and she's also like very much. And it kind of makes this understandability of she's not just on the edge of her lifespan. It's actually no, actually she has a point here, and it's trying to convince it, and it's actually also convincing Master Chief as well, because he's very one-sided, and it's very much like, oh, but I like her. I know she's crazy, but I like her. But actually, in this way, it could be actually she has a point. Who should I be on? Only all these people are trying, been tracking me down in Halo 5. Do I stay on this side of all these people, or do I actually join this side? And it actually gives you a bit of a mental kind of dilemma, because you're like, wait, hold up now, she has a point, and all this stuff. And then also, it could lead up to going after Didact, whatever. I don't know about Big Monkey Man. I don't know if he should have been, and I think that should have maybe
I think
it could have been solely a Halo Wars thing. I don't know. Maybe that sounds crazy. I know it would have been cool having him and Chief actually fight for real, and not just some stupid, Donkey Kong throwing barrels at him. But like, I don't know. I think personally, he shouldn't have been in Infinite, or the Banished for that matter, or the Created or anything like that. I think it could have actually been something good with the Didact, and then maybe you could have it where I don't know. All I'm saying is just I want the Didact in it. He should have been in it, and actually should have had some sort of like understandability within. Because at the moment in the older games, you're like, okay, cool, all this stuff's going on, and you kind of understand, and you're actually going behind each character, like Arbiter when you played as them, things like that. You actually understand, you get a bit of grounding of these characters. And the new ones is like Monkey Bad, he actually rebelled against the Covenant, and the Covenant hate humans, but now they also hate humans, even though they actually don't stand for anything with the Covenant. I don't know. And then you've got Didact dead. He's a really cool character. All his backstory in the books and all that stuff. But he's dead now. Okay, cool. He just awoken out of his little orb thing. But he didn't die in the Halo 4. He died in another book. I don't know. It just seems very like, oh, here's a cool character. Let's kill him off. Okay, cool. If he's a cool character, okay, we'll kill him. And then I know I get, okay, cool. Make Master Chief look like he's actually like a sick mad lad. But you can do that in another way where it's not just killing characters, killing characters, killing characters. Because they're going to run out of characters and it's just going to become a running
Yeah.
gag like James Bond, where they get a villain and they kill him at the end of it. And then next film, villain, it's just kind of getting a bit old in that way now. Because if you think about it, the old Halo 1, 2, and 3, it's this whole story of Chief, Arbiter, he gets introduced in 2, and then Halo 3 comes along and it's got this like kind of continuity. I personally feel like there's no continuity in the new trilogy at all. And if I was going to make an Infinite to wrap it up, I would actually have more continuity. And instead of just killing off characters just for the sake of, oh, name dropping, he's the guy from the books, he's dead now. Oh, it's the blue team, let's see, there's also from the books, so okay, they're gone now. I don't know what happened to them, but they were there in the last game. That's just, That's cool. So yeah.
Hell
Now
yeah,
they haven't
man.
replied to me because their minds are blown. They're dead. The brains just splattered across the walls. They're gone. So now I'm taking over this podcast. Hello. My
Hello.
name is Markiplier. Oh,
That's copyrighted.
which one? The He Likes Halo 5 or that intro?
Huh?
Hmm?
Okay.
Hmm?
Anyways, on to the next thing, I guess. But yeah, I would have to agree. Like if they would have to do it, like Pertlight said, and you're saying kind of, just wrap it up properly. Don't try to like course correct like way too hard in one direction or anything like they did with Infinite.
Yeah, it's way too late to do it, and that's why I think you saw these weird things. Like, if you want to do the
It-
banished route, I guess that's fine. I'm really not gonna bitch too much about it. But like, I just don't understand why not like, because here's what I would have done specifically. I forgot to mention this. Have a post credit scene that shows the banished off, and show that there is a potential threat in the galaxy even after the created is gone. There you go, because now you can tie in Halo Wars into the main timeline, right? You can tie it all together.
Yeah.
I would have just had another trilogy. Like, I know a lot of people say this and shit. Like, since let's say Halo Infinite is the final story for Chief. Cool. Now you can have a story with what the fuck is his name? Douglas, not Douglas, Jerome.
Yeah.
You can have a story with Jerome and Isabel, and the Spirit of Fire. They're the new trilogy, little separate thing, type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what's
Because
funny
we don't
about that is that Jerome and with the new AI, it's literally just Master Chief and Cortana. Like, it's
Eh,
literally what it is.
yeah, but it's not as old. Fucking, you can do some more different dynamics and shit.
No,
'Cause,
but my point is that that could absolutely
Fire
work.
walls.
yeah. Because you would still achieve the same thing, relatively speaking, but it would make more sense. Is what I'm saying.
I have something else you could do instead, completely, alright? With the banished, okay? This is crazy. This is mentally just just combobulating.
Take another
Okay?
shot. He said
What
this is
if-
crazy.
I know, so it's gonna be
Make the
hang on,
banished
strap in.
racist.
What? You can't make something into what it already is. Okay, so like I was saying, right? What if, forget about Halo 4 happened, Chief's not in Halo 4, it's actually the banished, and you're playing into, you're actually playing as, maybe, Monkey
Yeah.
Man, don't even know his name at this point, but you're playing as him. His name's now Monkey Man, I'm calling him that. And like Brody was saying, Empire collapsing, show that as you're playing as this character. Have that happen, and it's like nearly the same, it's the same time as Halo 3. So all this is going on. Kind of what they did with Halo ODST, but it's beginning of it is like Halo 2, and it breaks off. So it's not too much playing into your nostalgia. It's actually fresh. So you have, Big Monkey Man, all this stuff's happening, and then he breaks off, and it's showing this collapse, and then it's got him trying to, rebel and all this stuff, and then it actually kind of builds up, and you go, he doesn't like Chief because of this, which happened in Halo 4, or he doesn't like, all this stuff, and it's giving you actual understanding. Because at the moment, it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just really ignorant and I have no clue about the story and about why he hates Chief and all that stuff. But it's not really much backing behind it apart from him being, it's not even because he's Covenant, because he's broke away from it, so he shouldn't share the same ideals. So I don't know. Personally, I think there should have been a game dedicated just towards him and
The
actually
band.
playing as him.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
I mean,
banished and actually how it happened.
that'd be cool.
And
It's
then you
kind
actually got some sort of fear, yeah. Because when you played in Halo 2 as Arbiter, you go, this guy's actually pretty good. If he's against Chief, it's gonna be a pretty fair fight. Whatever you kind of thought back then. So it's kind of the same. If you're playing as, this guy.
Atriox.
Okay, I'm still saying this guy. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Aatrox, that's his name. Okay, so Monkey Man. When you're playing as him, right? Like you're actually going, this guy's a big tank, and you can have a different play style, so it's pretty sick, and you can kind of bring that into the multiplayer of that game and go, okay, you can play as playable brutes, or things,
Whatever.
simple things. So you kind of got these different dynamics and play styles which are in the campaign, and you go, this is actually really fresh. Instead of just full on just jumping the gun, you got skill trees now, you got grappling hooks, you got
Ew, no.
all
Get rid of
this.
skill trees.
Skill tree.
Gross.
I know, exactly. That's what I mean. So legit, instead of doing all of this stuff and the Brody cold starting, you could legit just have the basic gameplay. I'm playing the trumpet. You have basic gameplay, and then
I gotta keep
that's why
playing the trumpet.
you're good. You're good. I mean,
Oh, you're better from like Infinite Story. So, like quickly going back to the gameplay talk. the armor abilities or like armor upgrades and abilities just they don't work. They suck ass. Like in the campaign, you don't need anything outside of the grapple hook. You literally don't. You don't even need to upgrade it. I didn't even upgrade my shit until like the very end, and I was still good.
That's just because you're a sick gamer, lad. That's the reason
I'm a
why.
gamer on her.
When you say, like-
Guys, he's an op.
here's the thing, right? I disagree because I think
I agree though.
that's fine. You could agree. That's
What do you
fine.
agree with, like on me or Sylas?
With you saying that all of them are useless.
They
or
are
you
all
think they all
useless.
suck. I think that most of them are fine. I think the drop wall and the fucking what's it called? What's
Threat
the one
sensor.
that it's like echolocation or whatever. You can see people through walls. Threat sensor.
Threat-
Yeah, I think those two suck ass and could be cut. I think the
Medium
rest of them
vision.
though are really cool. Actually, I like them.
The boost doesn't really do anything. It doesn't have any momentum, so it just fucking like your bum lame.
Wait,
And
yeah,
the
I think I know
boost
what
as
Pertlight's
in
trying to say
the
here.
thrusters or the like little
The
push
thruster.
thing? I
Just
like
the
the
thrust.
thrusters.
The thrusters don't do
I
anything.
think I know what you're trying to say, Pertlight. I think what you're trying to say is you want Promethean Vision back from Halo 4 as an armor ability, which
Oh.
I agree with completely. I think have that one and then have armor lock back into it as well.
Armor lock needs to last twice as long though. Does not
Yeah,
last long.
and this time, no. The thing is, right? It lasts until you press the button again. Like it stays on, and it's good. And
Yeah.
it maybe it just kills everybody.
You know what should
Have, like,
happen
the
if
entire
you
You know
do?
how
with
it had
armor lock.
EMP effect before when you got out of it? If you were too close. Now the range is about like 20 meters.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
and it's even when you're activating it, people get EMP'd. It's just
All right.
regardless EMPs.
Wait. Hear me out though. They should bring
Wait.
they should bring armor lock exactly how it is from Halo Reach into Halo Infinite. But if you use it more than 3 times in a match,
You get banned.
a 3-for-3 executive comes to your house with a loaded AR-15 and guns you down. I think that's totally fair. I don't see any issues with that.
That'd be so good. That'd be
Right.
so good.
Yeah, they'll get away with it.
Well, we can just, implement a set amount of uses of armor lock. you
How
get.
fucking dare you have a good idea, you piece of shit? Get the
But for
fuck
the-
out of here. This is not a
Like-
good opinions
If we can give players a set amount of ammo they're allowed to shoot, we can give players a set amount of armor locks they're allowed to use in a match.
You gotta appeal to
alright?
the casual gamer. Do you not understand? How is a casual gamer meant to read the number of armor?
How
How
about
is
the
a casual
casual
gamer going to
opinion
spend money?
giver?
I mean, have fun.
Yeah, no, we gotta make them pay for opportunities
equals
to
fun.
use armor lock.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the threat sensor and drop wall are the only ones that suck. I think the rest of them are pretty fun. Like they added that one recently. I don't even remember what it's called. The fucking little. It's
It's
like
like
it's
it's
kind of like a
a-
flashbang.
it's a shroud.
Yeah, the shroud. Yeah, the shroud shield. I fucking like that one. It's cool because it's fucking
Get
wacky
rid
and
of
it's like
threat sensor, replace it with frag grenade from Advanced Warfare.
agreed. Actually, that'd be cool, honestly. But
I
anyways,
said care packages.
no. My thing is when it comes to when it comes to that
on-
little shroud thing
Halo,
for
come on,
context.
why doesn't Halo have an AC-130?
It's called a condor. They could just call that shit in.
No, fuck you. The Halo 4 did fucking drop that shit. Fuck off. But
Call it
the
in
shroud
130.
shield's really cool because how it works is you shoot it out and it's like it's literally just invisibility for everyone inside of it, but it also if you're inside of it, you can't see out. So it's like it's I don't know. It's a really cool thing. I really like it. It's
Very
so
situational,
weird.
but I kind of like it.
It is, but here's another.
I like
And
that
one of my
concept.
issues is that the threat sensor can see through it, which I think is dumb. I don't think that's how it should work.
Yeah, that is dumb. Yeah.
Because it ruins the whole point of it. But my point is like,
That's so dumb.
because what you can do is, for example, okay, so you
But at
know
the same
people can
time-
hide in it. So if you see there's a sniper, you can throw that thing down next to you and pretend to run through it while you're actually flanking him. And so he's gonna think you're hiding in it. He's gonna start shooting into it. You can run around and take him out. Like it's such a cool
Yeah.
fucking thing to me.
It's basically hologram, but more annoying. Basically.
I don't know. I don't think it's annoying at all.
No,
I
I'm
think
just
I think it's hologram, but with more skill.
I think it's hologram with more skill and less annoying. Because with hologram from because here's the thing, right? Hologram in Halo Reach, specifically from original Reach, if you were using the controller, which you would, it came out on 360. It fucking it literally the fucking aim assist literally tracks holograms. I shit you, it is
Does
the
it?
dumbest fucking thing. I don't know why they thought that was a good
yeah,
idea.
yeah, it did.
I don't know.
Because
I don't
you
remember
can
if-
literally use it to get someone to not be able to shoot you. It was an active "get the fuck away from me" button, which is
I only
bullshit.
remember it vertical, and that was it. but whatever. Skill level, I guess.
Shut up.
Whoa.
But further, like in the campaign, like Shadow doesn't exist, so I don't really talk about it, so I don't care.
Fair enough,
But like,
I guess.
you have like
Yeah, good
you
point.
only have basically like 3 abilities, maybe 4. I don't even remember what the fuck the 4th one was. Okay, the thruster, it's kind of useless. You don't really use it. It's like,
Thruster would have been better if it was able to be like bound to another button and you can use it at all times along with the grappling hook. That would have infinitely made it fucking better. And yes, that was a pun.
yeah. Like it literally could have, like, if you had like the Halo 5 version of the boost in insta campaign, not in player, but just in campaign,
Yes.
you could have be more cool. You could have momentum. Don't take away the momentum. I don't know why they did that. It was so stupid. Like
Yeah,
for
that
some
was a
reason,
weird. Did they? I think they fixed that though, didn't they? Because it feels better now. I think.
I don't remember. I like I said, I didn't. Because
Fair enough.
I didn't have to use it, and there's no reason to. And also, like the max upgrade of it is kind of stupid. Like, oh, you thrust and then you go invisible for like 2 seconds. Why 2 seconds?
I feel like there's a very good racist joke that can be made from that. I'm not going to though. I'm gonna stay away from that.
But the grapple, like, it was not balanced. Like, if it was not even in the game, I think not really. I was gonna say game more harder, but like at the same time, not too much.
The grappling hook is kind of broken, but my biggest issue with it is like I think here you go. Again, I've said this before. Titanfall 2 is my favorite multiplayer shooter of all time. I'm a huge Halo fan, but Titanfall 2 will always beat it. When it was at its peak, dude, that game fucking rocks. But I will say, as much as I like the grappling hook, it's fun. It's really fun to use the grappling hook in Halo Infinite. I wish it never came in because it doesn't even fucking make sense canonically. How the fuck does that thing carry a 12-ton fucking Spartan? Like that's stupid. But more importantly, it's just broken. I kind of wish they had just not included it and just kind of kept it just, classic feeling.
Well, it's really funny though, what you mentioned about Titanfall 2. I actually use that as just this kind of this comparison, right? This could show you how Halo could have been. Because sure, Titanfall had its, actual abilities and things like that. And it has kind of like characters like medic or whatever it was. I can't remember now. There was one where you could sprint fast, whatever. Yeah, it's got all these like things, right, going on with the Robolegs guy. Alright? But the thing is, where was the primary, like, the basis of the gameplay aiming towards in every match is getting a Titan and just messing stuff up, right? And the thing is, even though it had all this cool stuff, it didn't rely on it. Halo Infinite, you're no longer actually interacting with the sandbox. You're not going, oh, okay, we're going to try and get to that weapon now, or like in the game, or we're not going to try and get to that vehicle. And even when you do, how are you going to use it around the map? The thing is, with Titanfall, the actual, all the Titans actually blended with the maps perfectly. They worked perfectly to a T. And also it worked for the players. The thing is with Halo Infinite, if it works with the players, it's close quarters most of the time. There's no vehicles actually on the map. And when it doesn't work with the players, it doesn't even work for the vehicles either. Like, they can't find a blend. And then on top of that, they're just relying way too much on, this cool novelty of having a grappling hook. Like you said, I don't think it belongs in Halo. And definitely not in this way that it is, especially when, there's all the, I don't know, to be honest with you, even having active camo is like a little power up thing. I would rather that as an ability. I know it sounds crazy, but unless it doesn't, maybe I'm just, I don't know.
It literally recorded to the thruster for some reason in the campaign release.
Yeah, cool.
So weird.
So yeah, like I was saying with the thing then, I'm not that crazy, cool. That should be an ability. I think they don't have to be they don't have to be so, I know they want to be innovative because all the other games are just screwed up, but just actually take some notice of the old games, like Halo Reach.
You won't do it.
Yeah, of course not. But the thing is, even look at Reach. Like, how basic were those abilities? And yet, I think I wouldn't mind if they actually had those abilities in Halo Infinite. Like, 'cause now I would actually play
Are
that.
they basic or are they simplistic?
Yeah,
it's
well,
important for the language
simplistic,
here.
yeah. Simplistic then.
They're easy to
think
use for casual players. They're easy to learn for casual players. They're easy to make use of in
Armor unlock
very
is very
different combat
hard.
situations,
Yeah.
and they fucking work. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
need them to be complex.
There's a reason that Halo Reach is my favorite Halo game, and it's like that's one of the big ones. Is I can have anyone jump into Halo. I can ask my fucking mom, who's like the only video game she's really ever extensively played was fucking Tetris, right? I can ask her to play Halo Reach, and she'd quickly understand how armor abilities work and where they'd be useful in some areas and how they would not be useful in others. You can never play Halo
I
Infinite. As
tried
much
to
as I
get my
like the
mum to
Shroud
play
Shield.
Call of Duty, and she couldn't stop looking at the sky.
Okay, that sounds about right. But like I can, Halo Infinite, like all the armor abilities are so weirdly situational. Like they're all situational, right? There's not a single one that is not situational, and that's stupid because
Yeah.
they should never be situational. They should always be usable, and except for the
I-
fucking grappling hook, that one
I
can be
feel
used at almost any circumstance. But like for here we go, great example. That's one of the reasons I like the Shroud Shield. The Shroud Shield is so fucking situational that it becomes
Right.
random, and that's what I like about it. You could use it in any situation. It's not situational at that point anymore. But like for example, the fucking the blasting one where you shoot someone backwards.
Oh, the repulse. I forgot about that thing.
Yeah, the repulsor.
Oh, the
When the
repulsor,
fuck
yeah.
are you ever going to use that other than blasting someone off a cliff?
Plasma grenade.
That's because like it has a feature where you can kind of kill someone if they're they're next to a wall, if they're super close to it, and if they're super low in health. It's super insanely situational. It's like there's no reason to use it. There's literally none. And
And
like
it's
even if there was someone with like a energy sword, they're gonna still kill you after the
And-
first repulse.
and here's the thing, right? Like I like the repulsor, but that like in the fact that one of the abilities that I fucking like has that issue, it just goes to shows how all the ones I don't like are even fucking worse. Like that's how bad it is. That even the one I like has an issue. Because at least with the
I can't
repulsor, like you could
even
use it as like
begin.
a double jump, right? Which is something I like. I like that about it. It's a cool feature. It's like almost like an adaptation of the jetpack. But then it's like, why the fuck would I just not use the grappling hook then?
Yeah,
The
the
grappling
grappling
hook
is
does the exact same fucking thing at that point.
more speed. You get more speed. You have it's more useful. It's just easier to use. You don't have to like look down with the slow sensitivity, then look back up to see if there's anyone around or the fuck. You just grapple, boom, you're already up there.
Yeah.
You don't have to think.
Whoa. Oh, that's fast.
I know, right?
Whoa, whoa, bro. Goddamn.
So, one of you guys want to use one of your talking points? I think we talked
No.
out actually most of these, to be honest.
Wait, what were we talking about? Fuck, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, gameplay.
Oh, I've got something then.
Yeah.
It's not about gameplay, but yeah, if you had something you want to say about gameplay, Jig.
Yeah, for the like we were talking about the campaign, like most of the abilities kind of suck. They're not really useful. They're very situational. And like another thing about the grapple hook that's really annoying in campaign is the fact that there's a lot of fucking invisible walls.
Oh
I don't
my
know
god,
why.
yeah.
Little islands also. It's not even just like, oh, it's like a huge gap. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But no. It's literally the tiniest gaps between two islands, or like a little fucking gap between the pillar
Yep.
salts, whatever.
Yep.
it's called. There's invisible walls everywhere. It's so annoying. You can't really move how you want to move
Yeah.
in terms of the grapple. And
If you
even the
ever try
vehicle-
to jump between the islands or whatever, and you try to like use your grappling hook, you can't ever hit it because there's a visible wall there to stop. Which I don't understand why the fuck that's there to begin with. Why would you have
It's
that?
so, it's so stupid. I don't understand. It's like, oh yeah, like you have the grapple hook. You can move anywhere. You can do all this stuff like Spider-Man.
But
or
you
all this
can't
stuff,
go
right?
here. You're not
you
allowed
can't
to.
Can't go there. You can only go up the very lame, boring, stale mountain. And
It looks like every other fucking mountain.
in the universe, yeah. But and same thing, going to the point of movement, vehicles suck. We just talk about it for a second. Vehicles fucking suck. Like I don't know how they improved it recently, but like
I don't think
especially
they did.
started. Oh my god, I just like I hate how the way vehicles move outside of the mongoose. Everything else is just ill. Like the terrain is horrific. Like in Infinite, you don't use the vehicle. Just don't. Just fucking grapple. You're gonna get there faster. You're not gonna
Grapple
fucking
and fast travel. Just do that. Yeah.
yeah. Or just use the fucking like Banshee, even though it's disgustingly weird in terms of like its speed and shit. Just fly like 5 miles in the sky and just fucking jump off, and then boom, you're at your location. You're good.
Yeah.
But everything else, Razorback. I don't know why it exists. The Troop Hog exists already. I don't know why they.
Situational, man. It's situational.
And dude, in multiplayer especially, I don't think anyone uses the Razorback at all. The maps are too small and just too useless. Like no one wants to use it. It's lame. You're basically saying, "Hey, a free kill if you have a rocket or something."
Yeah.
You get 5 free kills. It's like what? Whatever. And 50 minutes. Oh no.
All right,
I,
Sylas.
actually, just going on to that, yeah, just before I go into my actual topic, just
Okay.
building on what Jig just said, I think with the Razorback especially, and going back to what I initially said with maps, without repeating myself too much, again with the open map design, I don't know, it was just such a cool feeling, right? going even down to like Forge, and I primarily played it when I was younger on Reach. Then it was Halo 5 later down the track, but it was like the maps where you got like the two ships, you got the Corvette and the UNSC ship and all that stuff, and you actually like properly. I know it always is made in every Halo and Forge, but it's actually never been made officially or like a game mode orientated around it. And this kind of goes to my next point. There needs to be actual fresh game modes where it's actually properly
New.
innovative. In a sense, like okay, sure, there could be one where there's like Falcon. You know, you could have like some air. Okay, I keep saying Falcon. I can't get that out of my head. I just want to
Basically,
but
like
like have air oriented stuff. You know, where it's like proper. Like you have one plane. Like okay, you could have all Pelicans, right? And they're all flying around. You got a team of each one. Some Top Gun shizzle dizzle, right? And one is the VIP or whatever. And all of them, no one knows which one the VIP is on the other team. And then once that one's gone, that's it. So you could have like a proper, like, I don't know, it'd be kind of like something new, like not even about that. There's like a complete fresh, innovative one where it's different environments, it's different vehicles, different settings. Everything is completely fresh. Because even in Halo Reach, when you had like the Forge world, it was so cool because you could have like even you had probably had more fun in custom games than multiplayer in that way, and it was always like that with Halo. And that way, because you could have like a proper base, you could have all these cool weapons, and you have to like drive up to like another person's base or whatever, and it's like this proper suspense, all this stuff, and it's all this like preparation, and it makes you, it's pretty sick compared to like multiplayer where it's just closed in. Okay, cool, you got one weapon, and sure, okay, it works for some apps, but that's just too much what Halo Infinite's about. I'd rather ones where it spices things up, new game modes, new kind of settings, new ways you interact with the environment, and then new reliable stuff. Like, as in, the more you rely on things in the gameplay, it makes it more repetitive. So, okay, I'm going to rely on getting this power weapon in this game mode. I'm going to rely on just killing people to get to the score limit or capturing this. Because with all the old games, they kind of innovated and it's just been taken over by 343 and they haven't actually built on it. So, instead of having something that relies on the ground, you could rely on air. You could rely on different environments kind of thing where it's new, it's fresh. And then it's not so repetitive because at the moment it doesn't obviously help with not having a progression system that actually is rewarding to the players for actually
No, they
playing,
have one now.
but
They
also
have one
just
now.
being, do they?
Yeah, it's actually kind of
But
decent. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I'm gonna guess though it's not gonna alter anything with the old battle passes. You still have to pay for those. Am I right?
Yes and no. You
Oh,
do
okay,
have to pay
cool.
for some of the items. I think like half of them. But now
Ah.
how they've set it up is with every single like, so how they have it. So every unlock that you do, you get 2 items every unlock. You get 1 free and 1 paid for, if I remember correctly. So you can
it's
Okay. Are these purely like armors for paids?
no, well, yes and no. Again, you can get
Ah.
credits. You can also get armors, but there's also free armors as well. There is a lot of free shit.
But
to
are they
get.
any good?
no.
I,
But like
I think some of them are okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad necessarily. They're just kind of like what like now why would I?
lame
It's not enough to want me to buy the battle pass, but it's also like not enough to be like this is
grind.
great armor.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
a
don't know.
weird middle
They're
ground
like
that isn't good in any
it's a
way.
weird bit.
Only
Well,
good
that's the thing again. Customization that every Halo game has always, gone on with the core value of armor and going, okay, we're not Call of Duty, we're not caring about, you know, weapons, camos, whatever like that, and actually getting gold. This is Halo. You want to get a sick armor, you actually have the skill set for it. You can actually learn these new skills and then have to get a certain amount of them, where without it being repetitive. When you got the scout armor in Halo 3 or whatever you had to do for that, you got all these cool little armors, and I think it was it the higher booster armor where you had to do MCC on legendary or whatever? No, it wasn't high booster. Was it? I don't know what it was now. There was one in Halo 5, I think it was, where you had to do everything on legendary, and it was
Oh yeah,
no,
if
what?
you played every Halo game on MCC on
Yeah,
Legendary all the way through,
you
you got
Grill.
the Helios Skrill, which was like
here, yeah, that's
elite
the one.
inspired armor,
You
which
just
Yeah,
was
played
really
things
cool.
like that, right? And it's actually like properly rewarding in a sense. Even with Halo 4, like, simple ones. I always remember
Yeah.
the Raider armor, where you go on a Halo waypoint and do little code things like that, where it actually rewards you for being intellectual. With the new games, it's okay. You got a wallet, we'll reward you, whatever.
it's kind
And
of like
it's
Halo
just, it's a
Halo
bit sad at this point.
because like you're saying, like Halo 3, you unlock your armor, like like the fucking Bidmaster stuff or whatever the fuck. In Halo 4, they did it really good, but the armors all sucked. Like
Yeah.
Venator, that was pretty cool. You get like 1 billion assassinations. You get armor, but it looked
Yeah.
ugly. And you can get like a couple splatters and shit. You get armor. That's cool. Very nice.
And
Halo Reach,
it
you had
just
to,
works so well.
and you get
Credits
most
and that.
CQB. MCC, like you
Yeah.
said, Helios Grill, and 2 Mark 6 with like changes, like scorched, whatever. It looks pretty cool. I like it. But like no one talks about it, sadly.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, I don't know what you mean. But like even building on that, right? I actually, obviously, I've never discussed this in any other previous podcast recordings of this exact episode idea. But it's just the idea, like, if we're going back to Call of Duty Cold War 2, with the whole, you got divisions. What if you did that, like they did it with Halo 4 with the different, like, kind of specialists. But what if you actually built on that where it's, like more in depth? Because it could work so well. And it kind of gets there's a bit of rivalry amongst people as well. Going, oh, this division's cool and all that stuff. It actually adds, some sort of motivation for people to actually play it. Or there's a bit of rivalry. Oh, I like this, and it kind of, I don't know, it adds some more freshness to it as opposed to just going, okay, we're all Spartans, we're all, same side here. We gotta get cool armors and that. Even down to like having elite and Spartans, you can change whatever. No, most people didn't go for elites back in the day because obviously more hitbox, but at least gave you a choice to an extent. So I think like divisions and specialists, that would have been such a cool way to build on things. Like, as in if they want to go about new innovations which are actually rewarding and cool, that's one example. And they did it. They legit did it, just not very well. And they could have legit built on that in Halo 5.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
they
thing.
could have.
Like I keep saying, they make something, doesn't work, throw it away, kill it off, whatever. They never actually go, okay, let's try and make this better.
Yeah, like you're saying, course correction is insanely hard, and with 343, I don't know what their issue is. Like they course
Yeah.
correct some issues that never needed to be course corrected.
I can tell you what the issue is.
What was
It's
up?
the fucking fans. They do it every time. It's insane. It's crazy. I don't know why they keep doing it too. It's like Halo 5. Everyone flipped the fuck out at the multiplayer. And it made them course correct super fucking hard. And it's like now we got issues with the fucking gameplay too. Now, although I like the gameplay, I'll admit there's issues with it. But it's like, guys, can everyone shut the fuck up for a second? Like, Halo 5's gameplay isn't even that bad. It's just overly competitive and complex. It's not bad though. And I hate the community, man. It makes me mad. I can't stand like hearing people shit on Sprint. That right there is all I need to fucking hear.
Oh
Because
yeah, that's
whether
yeah.
or not you like or dislike it, I don't care. But when you're telling like 343 is like, oh, 343 has the worst gameplay because they have Sprint, it's like you're a fucking moron, man. You don't know anything about game design. It's just it's so dumb, and it's like
Again, it's weird.
Everyone
That's
shit
what-
on Halo 5's story. And listen, I'll tell you right now, I'm probably Halo 5's #1 fucking hater. But god damn it, man. We didn't want them to fucking throw it all away. We just wanted them to make a fucking better
Good.
story.
I personally wanted to throw away because holy fuck, Halo 4.
Okay, fair enough.
But like you said, like the course correction is very weird because like people wanted Sprint to be deleted. They didn't do it. They did the weird halfway thing. They wanted some stuff to be keep kept, but they didn't even listen. It's weird. Like I know people say, oh, they listen to the pro players only. They didn't even listen to them halfway through. They just kind of half-asses. Like yeah, whatever. Because remember there's a lot of discussions and fucking interviews and shit about like pro players, like how what their interaction was with 343, and 343 didn't really listen to them at all. And it's like, wait, what the fuck was the point of them?
Yeah.
They were just like, yeah, they're here. And it's like, what? Whatever. It's just weird. It's just fucking weird. Yeah, it's so weird. Like they course corrected so hard in art style, especially. Like they went all the way back
Oh
to
yeah.
Halo, which is like, huh? Like
Yeah,
I don't think any Halo Reach would still exist in Halo. Like maybe a couple like insurrectionists would still have them, maybe. But like the main UNSC, like after Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5, all those like new improvements and like fucking ARs and all that shit, and they went back to stage 1. Like what? It's just that's so weird.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand the art direction is super weird because it felt like they were trying to go for like realistic tactical shit like that Reach did, but then they kind of half-assed it and they mixed in like Halo 2
Slap.
Anniversary and some of Halo CE, and like it's like what the fuck were you guys thinking? Like just have, because that's another thing. I hate when people shit on Halo 4 and 5's art style. I'll say right now, it's definitely not the prettiest. Specifically Halo 4's. Halo 4's is pretty rough. Halo 5's art style isn't that bad. It's just the fucking Covenant art design specifically.
Oh
And the
yeah.
overall
Yeah.
overall ideal of like complexity. Like everything was too complex. I think we can all agree. But like it wasn't
With
bad.
the
It was
Forerunner
just
stuff.
a little too complex. And again, the Covenant, 100% bad. I don't know why they made the fucking elites have massive fucking feet and then tiny arms. I don't know why they turned them into T-Rexes. That was a weird decision. But besides that, like overall, it's not bad. In fact, I think it's pretty. I think Halo 5 is very much a gorgeous fucking game when you're not looking at anything Covenant related. It's just a little too complex.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's super weird.
I can tell you disagree. I respect you for not freaking out there though.
Like it's kind of weird because like I'm thinking about like the Covenant designs from Halo 4 to 5. They did a slight course correction for the grunts, which was like
Did
okay.
they?
They changed the arm so they had the fucking instead of having like weird rock hands, they had the fucking bone coming out again like in the originals and shit.
Oh, I
But like
didn't even know that.
they had like they went from peach grunts, which is ugly, to like purple grunts. It was kind of weird. It was like a purpley gray grunt, which was very odd. And like it's so weird. Another thing, I know like we're talking about art direction. I'm like kind of jumping around. In the art for Halo Infinite, like the ones they post on Twitter and the YouTubes and shit, the elites are shown as gray, but they're not gray in game. They're back to their Halo 4, Halo 5 tan coloring, which is pretty weird. Like even Jiga, like I fucking like went to fucking Jiga's dead body after I killed him immediately. I just looked at him to see maybe it's only some elites, but no, even he's fucking like tannish. It's weird.
Are they? I don't remember that. I remember them being more bluish.
Were they bluish? No, it was just tan.
I mean, in Halo Infinite, I remember them being like very gray bluish.
That's the art department. I think literally they gaslit us. But like I literally looked.
Shit, dude, you might be right. I could have sworn though that they were.
Because
That's weird.
On the second level, when they first introduced the elite, for some reason by myself, whatever, so fucking sleeping. One random elite just coming out of the fucking phantom. I was like, what? Whatever. But like as soon as I killed him, I looked at the body. I looked at him. I was like, is he tan? What the fuck? And I just noticed he's fucking tan. He's not even like gray in the art. Like I was actually talking to someone else at the same time about like, hey, look, I really like the phenotype of the Halo Infinite because like it's pretty good. It's not as ugly or weird flat faced as Halo 2 to me. It's not, or the Halo 2 Anniversary. It's not fucking disgusting as Halo 4 and 5 with coloring, obviously. So I was like, oh look, it's a good phenotype. I just hate the armor and everything else about them. But I just looked at them and was like, wait a minute. The coloring's off. The phenotype is still good, but the coloring is just shit. Why is it tan? It's like ugly. Ew. Nasty.
Yeah.
Make them gray. Gray.
Yeah, it's just a bit all over the place. And I think this can lead us to our final question for today, guys. Is everybody happy with me presenting the final question for everybody?
Final
Does
question.
anybody yeah? Does anybody want
I
any
don't
more talking
know.
points they
Seems
wanna
kind of crazy. Am I right?
Well, actually, no. Let me be crazy for a moment. That's gonna blow your mind out. This is a crazy one. So, here we go, guys. The big one. Okay, we're gonna start from the top. Brody, Petty Schmuddy, Jiggy Wiggy, and me. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you were 3 for 3 right now, right now,
Oh,
Halo Infinite,
God.
right now, where would you go from now? Okay, I think that would be a really good way we can end it
Oh
off.
my
Halo Infinite,
God.
straight now. What do you do? Continue Infinite, whatever. Go, Brody.
Wait. Hang on. I need context. Do we have unlimited funding, or are we talking like no art department like they have right now?
Microsoft actually grows up and gets more funding towards you.
Okay, like we're talking like medium, low, a lot. How much?
We're
we thinking?
talking like, let's say Bungie levels,
Holy
Bungie Prime
shit.
levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right.
We're talking,
Brody, you
yeah,
go ahead.
with big boys. Yeah, that was good. That was good on Brody.
Oh shit! I can't copy paste everything. I forgot. 5,000. Okay.
I think we killed Brody. I think I was too crazy, guys.
Did Brody fall
I
asleep?
got a little too crazy.
He might have fell
All right,
asleep.
well, we'll go to
actually.
him last.
Yeah.
You go.
Okay. Fuck, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, loaded question. Am I right?
Okay, I guess what I would do is completely redo the shop in every fucking way possible, because that's the thing that's killing everything else. I would split everyone at 3-for-3. I would split them into groups. I would want a team that's specifically working on fixing every fucking glitch in the game. And there's going to be a good chunk of fucking people going to that. I want there to be like 3 or 4 developers who are basically going to just be there for small updates that are going to happen every week. We're going to have a weekly update that basically slightly changes gun values, jump values, whatever. Every value in the game, slightly tweak everything to see how people like and dislike it so we can balance the game more in a more favorable way. In that big group of people who are going to be bug fixing, everything's getting bug fixed. Every fucking problem. Desync should not be a problem in a video game that has been released in 2022 and is still having issues in 2023. No excuse. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Everyone at 3-for-3 should be fucking fired for that alone.
I also find it funny that it's the most
Agreed.
expensive verse. It's so expensive, but it was just wasted. It's
Yeah.
a money laundering, bro. No
So-
way $8 was make Halo Infinite.
So I would have a big team work on that. Another team work on specifically just like 4 developers maximum, just making little tweaks every week. And then on top of that, I would have another team, maybe like 4 or 5 writers, and like some developers. They're gonna start writing a brand new massive expansion for the game that I will be fucking overseeing. And then whoever's left, or actually another team is specifically gonna be redoing all the UI. Every fucking person that is going to redo every spec, every pixel of fucking UI in this game because the UI is some of the worst. I don't know how people have shit on Modern Warfare 2 2022 when this game exists. Like, there's no fucking reason. That game, I think, has a worse UI, but this is, I don't know. This one's worse to me because it's just stupid and over the fucking top. There's so many sub-menus that don't need to exist. Why, when you enter the game for the first time, why is there a menu at the top and then on the fucking bottom left corner and then the rest of the screen is fucking empty? Why? What is the point of that? There is no reason. It looks ugly as fuck. Why would you do that? So yeah, that would basically what I would do. Split everyone into those groups.
I guess I'll just hop in just because Brody doesn't know shit about Halo Infinite.
Oh, he's asleep. I actually heard him
Yeah.
snoring halfway through. You'll be able to hear that.
I did too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what I could do. I think story wise, it's gone. I don't think you can repair that. Like, holy fuck! Like
Oh, no.
you already had a Halo 4. It was like, okay, we can kind of work with this. And Halo 5 was like, okay, what the fuck? We can maybe do this. And then Halo Infinite is like, I don't know, something. Please, I don't know. Like, I would just fucking like. If I had to be for real for a second, I would just do a banish campaign, easy, with a fucking elite, random elite. I don't care who he is, just random banish elite. Work with him. It's simple. Bring back fucking elites back into the game. For the multiplayer side, get rid of coatings. Like, make them patterns. Don't make them like actual colors like that you're locked behind. Make them just patterns, so that you can still have your your generic colors. Like
So smart.
Cheshire.
Okay,
actually
pal.
never thought
Okay,
of
go and
that.
take your brains and leave this fucking call, dude.
Super
No, wait,
simple
actually, that's so smart.
patterns. And
Like- Like
That's-
decal things.
Yeah, you
What?
did- Yeah, we've
That
talked
was-
about that before. Literally just turning them instead of Destiny coatings, where it's just a pattern. Or no, I was good. I would have turned it into Destiny coatings because you can choose which armor piece to place it onto, because that would
Yeah.
also fix the problem.
You could. Well, you have Destiny. Like, you can select each type of armor you can color. So you can make it vomit or make it very cool. Or you can have the patterns and shit. Like, oh look, this fucking Scorpion Punch with the run red arm. You could have that be the pattern,
Yeah.
basically. One off-colored arm, and you can select whatever color you want. You could select white, yellow, doesn't matter, pink, fucking every color in the rainbow, doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah,
You
side
can
of the
select-
rainbow.
Also, another thing, select where the emblem goes. Like, I don't know why it's in the chest where it's easily blocked by any chest piece. Another thing, why is there only one chest piece in the entire game that changes colors to one other color? Only one other color, and it's only one chest piece. It's for the fucking Rakasha core. It's so stupid. Every attachment and
Sigh.
every attachment should just change colors with your pattern or whatever the hell, or your coloring thing.
I think it should be optional.
Yeah, an option. You can have it be like, oh, is it the generic gray and ugly, or is it whatever color you pick? It's like, oh, that's fine. But
Oh god.
I would have the prosthesis. I would also change like you can change whichever prosthetic you want. So you can have the fucking Rakasha prosthetic, or you can have the fucking gay prosthetic, or whatever the hell, or Halo Reach style prosthetic.
Oh,
You can have a lot of stuff. It's like, wow, that's cool, nice. For
that's
fucking
good, man.
gameplay, I don't even know. Like, goddamn, these guys, what the fuck? I don't know what they did with their money. Like, goddamn.
They threw it out. They
They had
threw
to
it in a
like
little
burn
trash
it.
can called Halo Infinite.
They had to like just burn it like
We
straight
had to
after
make our own engine, guys. Do you not understand? We had to make our own engine.
they made a new engine, but not really. It doesn't even
I
work.
know the engine can't really run everything, but like it's a new engine. Like, come on. Like, give us some credit. That's like 5 years of work, pretty much. And we only like a year after that for actually writing the story. So you see, it's I don't know, guys. It
They
seems pretty
basically
fair to
took
me.
blue from the Halo CE engine and then just like kind of slapped the Halo 5 area on it, put some glue on that, and then they just kind of spit on it and threw it on fire.
Spit
And
it.
it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, I think that leads to me. And I'm gonna actually steal both your ideas without caring one bit. I think that is a great idea about having different teams, Mr. Purdy Schmitty Woody Buddy. Alright, but I'd have one team where it's designated team, just the get out of jail, team, where it's like, oh, we need to sort out what are we gonna do with this story. I think because you need that and like actually like future. I think you need to start straight away planning the future of the place, how you're gonna continue the story, because maybe you could actually fix Halo Infinite, right? And then I don't know, have it where there's like an enhanced version or whatever. So you have the new, what's the new engine called? That new one everybody's going crazy about?
Oh, Unreal.
Unreal, whatever, right? You could have one where it's like, oh, it's an Xbox enhanced, and you have that right coming out, and so you got somewhat hype and some freshness, and at the same time, you actually fix in the game, and you make a new DLC for the story, but make it free to actually as compensation for how bad they've messed up, and actually not delivering a full like actually good campaign or story. So they could have those for free, and it could be different ones for like you got, what was Aatrox doing in the time of Chief on the Ring, Have different ones where it's Aatrox, all this stuff going on at the same time, and then actually feeling somewhat better so you can kind of recover it. So you got one department focusing on how the hell are we going to recover this with some new free DLCs for the story. And as you guys were saying, Jig, I think it was it was multiplayer with the coding. Obviously, that thing what you were talking about, the idea, have
Okay.
that, fix everything, right? Make it basics, back to basics, and then what they could do with the credit system if they're really on liking that, have it down to someone like Reach or something, or even what they're doing at MCC. There's a clear example of that. Have MCC's progression system. I wouldn't even care if they stole it straight off. How it works. Have it for the battle passes, because I don't know why they just ditched that whole thing, and now they're kind of reverting back to it slowly. I think they should just go straight to MCC, battle pass, credit system, all that stuff. Have it in there, and then obviously have the coding systems and all that. Get rid of armor sets or armor cools,
You know
whatever
what's
they're
sad
called.
about
Just
the MCC thing? The
what was
fact that
that?
like everyone like thought like Halo Infinite would have it. Everybody was excited, like, oh dude, the MCC
Oh
stuff
yeah,
is actually pretty good. Like, dude, even other gamers
yeah,
from like other franchises and shit, like, oh look,
yeah,
that Halo MCC battle pass is pretty cool. Can we have it? And then
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Halo Infinite didn't
It works
deliver.
so well.
So since
And
Halo
like
Infinite
we
didn't
say,
deliver, I don't
yeah.
think other games cared. They're like, oh look, they
Well,
didn't care about it, so make money.
it's
like we
it's
said,
so
this whole
funny.
time. But, oh no, sorry, Perla. You go ahead. It was a funny moment. I don't want to take away from you.
No, it's
Yeah.
fuck. Sorry, it's really funny. It's so fucking hilarious to me that they were like, everyone was inspired by it. Everyone liked the MCC Battle Pass. All they had to do was
Let's
port
copy
that
Halo.
Battle Pass
Copy
over
and paste
one
it.
to one. Don't change it. It's perfect.
Yep.
And you can even still add microtransactions by letting people buy the credit for it. All you needed
Yeah.
to do was that. And
Yeah.
they fucked it up.
And that leads straight into what I was saying. Like we said time and time again, this whole podcast episode, they've come up with these innovative ideas. They get so close to, and then they just forget about it. They just delete it, kill it off, whatever.
Yep.
Legit division specialists. They could build that on Halo Infinite, right? If you want to do this whole academy thing, play into that. Actually have different, divisions, whatever. You have different academies. You could have I don't know, whatever they're doing now with the Banished, and then that plays into the DLC because not only are you just having some random ghosts of whatever, new update, which who the hell is this guy now, and what's this terrible new story with this lady who's in charge who I actually hate so much, the British lady, I don't know what her name is now, but actually have it where it ties into the story because it has no relation to it, and then when you start messing up with in that way, you're losing the identity of the game. You're losing it completely because that's the whole point of Halo, always having, maps, whatever, what kind of play into the story. So you need to somewhat incorporate the story so there's some interconnection with the game to actually make a well-rounded game. Because if not, okay, that's the story stuff. This is the multiplayer stuff. You don't really want that. You want to have, oh, okay, this is the game as a whole, and they brought these bits into it, so you can go, okay, you can have brutes, whatever, playable brutes. No one's really gonna do it, but you could have, different kind of things. I don't know how you would incorporate that to make it balanced, obviously, because I'm a young little innocent boy, so I would not know. But you could legit, some way, shape, or form, incorporate these, make a balance, copy and paste the battle pass, do divisions, all this stuff, and just make it work. Actually enjoy, because the thing is with Bungie, they enjoyed it. They enjoyed the challenge of innovation. Look at Halo 2's, I think Halo 2 arguably actually had a worse, um, what's the word now? Sorry, I forgot the English word for it. Um,
Launch or whatever. What are you talking about?
yeah, launch. Okay, I don't know. It's like the process of building up to it. The actual, had a bumpy.
Oh, the hype train. The hype train was
No. Unfortunately, it's not that. I really don't want to. You got really excited about that, and I really don't want to take it away. So I'm going to say yes, even though it's not okay. Say yes. Um, what's it called now? Development. There we go. That's the English word, even though I'm actually not even bilingual. I just want to say it so I sound smart. So I'm not bilingual. I didn't know the words.
I know you're.
Development, right?
What do they speak over
So,
there?
so it's development, yeah. So Halo 2 arguably had a worse development than Halo Infinite, and it still turned out sure, okay, the story at the end was a bit like, okay, what's going on? But it had like a sick story, which I loved, even though the ending of it was a bit okay.
Cut short.
But yeah, but the thing is, they have an excuse, and Infinite, I don't know, same kind of, it's the same pretty much. And if anything, actually had more restrictions back then in terms of technology, which we're all kind of forgetting.
And
Actually,
money.
when did that game come out?
2004.
2000,
Wait,
what year?
it,
4?
pretty sure it's 2004. Yeah,
Yeah,
2004.
Yeah, okay, you got a
Halo 2
2022
came out in
game.
2004, yeah.
Okay, so you got a 2022 game, right? Which is, it's got all this stuff at the
They
dispense,
had
they got all this technology.
3 years. They had
Yeah, and they got,
$100 instead of like
mm,
what was I think it was maybe like a couple million for Halo 2
and think
compared to
about
like
it. When did Halo C come out? Was it 2001?
for B.
Yes.
Yeah, so 2001, right? Now, I'm not a mathematician, but that's 3 years, okay? They had 3 years to make that game, and it was very much just like out of the blue. How long has Halo Infinite had since
Wait,
Halo
wait,
5?
wait. That's not even true. They
Oh,
It was
spent 2 years on that game making the demo and developing ideas. When it came to making the actual game, they made it in 10
do
months.
you?
yeah, so it's even
It
Jeez.
was less than a
Okay,
year.
it's
They had
10
10
months.
months. So
10 months. As opposed to how long for Halo Infinite?
Halo
around
Infinite had a
6 years. How you
crazy
cut it.
development. They had in total they technically had 10 or not 10 years. They had 6 years.
But it's around
But
like 4.
realistically it's about 3 or 4, yeah, because of a bunch of
Okay,
fucking
so
issues that they had. So
yeah, of course.
let's
And
be
the whole
fair and say three
rewrites
to
and
four,
everything.
but
Yeah.
still a fuck ton.
It is, right? And that's the life cycle of like most games and how they actually develop. Like look at Call of Duty. Okay, sure, we're referring to every now and then some of the games are absolutely garbage, but they're at least the campaigns are somewhat quality. Even the most hated games like Advanced Warfare, the campaigns are pretty, quality. And
Mm.
I don't know, it's just Halo. They've kind of lost their identity and they've kind of lost the passion, especially with 343. They started off and they were discouraged straight away. They were completely just thrown off it because of all the hate they got. And obviously, yeah, sure. And as you were saying, Pertlight, before, it's the fans. Sure, I actually do believe that it's the fans because they've gone into this new thing. They've tried to be different to an extent, and obviously they were too ambitious. They've tried too much, but now they've been discouraged because of all the hate they got, which they shouldn't have done. Also in the fans defense. They shouldn't have been that easily discouraged. What's happened is they completely from that point on, they've got this stigma of okay, it doesn't work, throw it out. Okay, we don't want to
Yes.
actually end up being like that again. And what's happened is that's exactly what's happening. It's a vicious cycle. They're doing that again because as soon as they get onto something good, all the bad and negative comments are actually outweighing the good bits. So they're forgetting all about the good things what they've done, and they're just refreshing. They're just clicking the restart button
Exactly.
and just forgetting. And I think that's the really best way we can describe it of the state of it. Make something, delete it, kill it off. Like that's all they do. And unfortunately, they've lost the passion for it. I don't see any passion or soul in any of the actual gameplay or like anything really part of the game. I really don't. It just seems like it's on a broken record. Chiefs back because of the sake of it on the cover. It's just another story what they're trying to bring back to the old days, and they're never going to do that. Unfortunately, they never will if they're going to keep going down this pathway.
Yeah, where they just keep fucking refreshing it. It's like, you guys, hey, this worked, this didn't. Take what worked and fucking build off of it. But they don't.
Well,
They
exactly.
they either
Weird
like
thing.
it's
It's
so
so weird.
stupid. Like a great example is like the loot boxes, right? Like
Mm.
what they took from us hating on the loot boxes was, okay, you hate loot boxes. You want to know what you're buying. Like, no, we don't want fucking microtransactions, you morons.
Yeah.
We did
Or
not
like
want.
we're
We don't want microtransactions. We don't give a shit that it's a fucking loot box. Yeah, it sucks, but we don't care. We just don't want
earned it.
microtransactions.
Yeah. Like it's another thing on Warzone. Warzone's a really cool idea. I like the idea. Like two huge
Yeah.
teams, AI in the middle, just fuck around, and a lot of
Yeah.
vehicles and all that stuff. But like the way it was bad is because fucking those stupid loot boxes that gave you like power weapons or OP as shit, and the maps were all kind of ass.
Yeah, Jig and I actually played Warzone not too long ago. We replayed it for a few rounds, and I remember having a fucking blast.
It's
It was
fun.
really
Yeah,
fun.
it's good. I loved it. And
I
the
like
thing is, right, you know what's really
but
funny, Jig, what you were saying about the maps? They weren't great maps, but the thing is, again, they played
it's
into
hard
the actual
first. Oh my
classic
god.
Halo of being open
Yeah.
and actually being able to use vehicles. That's what everybody loves about Halo. What no one realizes, it's the whole sandbox. Halo is the best thing about Halo is how it actually the sandbox works. If it's a bad sandbox, it's a bad Halo game. It's regardless. Because think about it, what sprouts out from the sandbox? Multiplayer, Forge, custom games. That's basically the primary features where everybody goes towards. They do the campaign. What do they do after that? They play those three main things, which are their three only things. So if you have a bad sandbox, that's a bad game. And if you have a bad way you interact with the sandbox and actual levels, it's a bad game. So when you got Halo Infinite, sure, okay, the sandbox is alright, it's okay, could have more details as we can all agree, but the maps don't help it either. And I think that's at the end of the day, it's about balancing, and it's about just kind of going with it. Because if you think about it, Halo Combat Evolved, we all love it, right? But again, we play it and we go, oh, remember this glitch when you could do, these little, button combos, or oh, how overpowered is the pistol? And what do they do in the second game, Halo 2? They listen to that and they've actually built on it. Again, Bungie, we don't all forget about Bungie got hate about certain aspects. They did, and what do? They built upon it. They didn't get discouraged. They built upon it. And the thing is, with 343, they're doing the complete opposite. They're kind of forgetting, going, okay, if it's not perfect like Bungie, it's not good. But they actually weren't perfect until what? Arguably Halo Reach. They weren't perfect until then, because they didn't actually get to the point where they wanted to leave the series. They want to leave it with a bang, and how they wanted Halo, and they did that. And I don't know. It seems like 343 they've got discouraged way too easily, and they've forgotten that actually companies aren't just made out of just it's a click and then bang. It's a prestigious company. No, you got downfalls, you got all this stuff, but you build on those. The downfalls and failures is what you learn on, and you actually use as your foundations. What they're doing is they're scrapping the foundations, they're building something new, only to actually be met with more foundations, and then scrapping those and building new ones. It makes no sense.
Another thing, like I want to go back a little bit. Another thing that they took out was Halo 5 weapon variants. Weapon variants were pretty cool, like for the most part, except for like a couple guns that were kind of lame. A lot of them were really cool and interesting. They're like, oh, damn, they like changes how the gun works and shit. So it looks pretty cool. Da da da. It feels cool. But then Halo Infinite, they like, I don't know who they listened to because it obviously wasn't the fandom. They took them all away. They took all the ideas. They just kind of only gave one for the base weapons that came in the game, and half of them are shit, and half of them are tame. They're like, okay, okay, whatever. It's really boring. Like the commando, I don't know why it exists. It sucks. I hate whatever I hate it. But like I think it does like slightly more damage, but you have less range or something. The BR it shoots faster. Sidekick it shoots faster. Uh, the energy sword slices faster. Fucking
So
what do they do?
boring. It's just lame.
It's so boring. But then there's other ones like the fucking Ravager. The Ravager sucks. I hate it. The base form already sucks, but the variant version like it bounces way too much.
No, Jake, you don't understand. They're white
Like,
now.
What's up?
They're white now. The guns are white now. They're better.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Make
you
them
can't
so.
be mad, you fucking peasant. Shut up.
Uh,
Shut up and pay for that $20 bundle where you can get a shitty version of an old helmet that you could have gotten for free before.
you know, man. I should just
Yeah.
lower my expectations to the
You gotta
bottom
lower your
of
standards.
hell.
You gotta eat your fucking slop. You gotta
Yes,
eat
I
up
gotta
like a good
slop.
little piggy, okay?
alone.
God, that's so
have-
good. Eat your slop. That's the new 343 slogan. Eat your slop.
Yes. Oh my
Get
god.
Joe Staten just on the cover, just with a big bucket of
A
slop,
really
Dude,
brown toothy
dishing it
grin with
out.
a big sign that says "Eat your
Mm.
slop."
I
Yep.
hate how they.
Just straight up, just Miss Trunchbull, just feeding that poor boy that cake with blood, sweat, and tears. Just that. Have Joseph stay in there. Enjoy your slop. Enjoy it. Like it, because you paid for it.
Eat your fucking slop, little piggy.
Dude, I hate how they use Joe Staten. It was so sad. It was like
He felt
basically would
so
just say,
cucked. It was so funny. I'm not
it
gonna
was like,
lie.
"We're sorry, guys. You know, we couldn't make anything that we said happen. So, in like about a year, maybe we'll like fix some of the issues, and we'll make it like somewhat to the minimum bar, like, not even. And
It was
again, everything due to change. You know, gaming is very hard. You know, $500 million, $500 million fucking dollars. You know, it just kind of went over there. You know, it just happens sometimes.
it's just really funny that every time they had Joe Staten on, he was always the one. You can tell too. You could tell he was the one delivering
He's
the
the
bad
puppet.
news because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, no one can get mad at him." It's like then everyone got fucking mad at him. It's like, what'd you guys
Yeah,
fucking
it
expect, you
makes no
morons?
sense. But again, I don't understand. They got so much hate leading up to this game, but then we actually, I don't know. I think because we welcomed it with open arms, so we're going, okay, it can't get worse than Halo 5. Then as soon as I saw the armor coating, I was like, oh god, are we going here again? And they haven't learned. They really haven't learned one bit, which I don't. It boggles the mind. They're being crazy. It's not me being crazy anymore. It's them. They need to look in the mirror and go, I'm crazy. Because what? I don't understand. It's they've completely just. I don't even know. I've never seen any game. Has there been any other developers like that before, where they've just completely just continued their own pathway?
I don't
Just
think so.
refreshing.
They would literally probably it would probably just die after like a couple like 1-2 games. Like we're 3 games in, they have so
It's
much
been a decade.
insane amount of
It's
money.
been over a decade.
Yeah, there's more bad Halo than there is good Halo. It's fucking sad.
Oh, it's got to that point where we're now questioning what is Halo,
Yeah.
and now actually we're questioning is Halo any like fun anymore? It's so sad, but I've completely right because recently I've actually been playing a Halo MCC with my partner, and I've actually been playing the old games because I'm not really wanting to replay it, but I'm actually going, this is Halo.
Yeah.
How have we gone so far from this? And I'm actually enjoying the game. I'm enjoying it, but it's sad because I'm going, Halo Reach. We played that one first, so it'll be Halo 3 chronologically. That's going to be the last one. And it's so sad to think that's it. That's basically all I want to play. I don't want to actually replay any of the other ones because it just, I don't know, sure, Halo 4, I guess, but I don't know. It
You know
still
what's
just doesn't feel Halo. It feels so, it does. You can kind of feel that 343 picked it up, which, okay, I get for the first, game. You got a bit of nerves in that. But
Mm.
it's getting further and further away from Halo. And as soon as now, spiritual reboot, Halo Infinite, this is the shot, this is the big chance. I don't know how. They've strayed so far away from Halo. They brought no familiar faces. At least with Halo 5, they had Arbiter, so they actually could have gone somewhere with that with this game. But no, Arbiter's not there. Blue Team, they had them, not in this game. Again,
It's gone.
delete, kill off. What's going on?
They have a single joke about them, which I get annoyed by because like one of the Marines are like, "Hey, where are the Sword of St. Helios?" And I think they literally, I don't think they even respond to him. He's like, oh, they're doing something else. And it's like, you're gonna really cut
Playing
me that
checkers.
ODSTs as well. There's ODST pods around sometimes. Like, oh, the idea is
Yeah.
cool because Infinity has some ODSTs on it from the books, but there's no ODSTs. None, not one, not a single
That's
one.
good. You know
You know
what
what?
the OSTs are doing, right?
Really quick, I just want to say, because you brought up the Swords of Sang Helios, they had a little comic book where the Swords of Sang Helios betray I don't know what fucking group they're part of. I don't care. They betray them and they join the Banished. And like everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's so epic! We get to see him in Infinite." I'm like saying like that makes no sense. The Swords of fucking Sang Helios would
Oh,
never fucking do that, or not the Swords of Sang Helios. Sorry, what are they called? I forgot. What?
You're Silent Shadow.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, not the Swords of Sang Helios. Yeah, weren't they the fucking? Weren't they a part of the Swords of Sang Helios?
No, they're the Covenant. They're like hardcore religious guys. They're fucking like
Yeah,
spec
but
ops.
so that proves my point even more. Then why the fuck would they ever betray them and join the
I don't know.
Banished?
The leader of the Silent Shadow
Monkey
did it.
Man.
His underlings did because of a speech that Aatrox did. So he had like speech 100, I guess.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's
because he's
so
a monkey man. You
fucking
understand this?
dumb.
Come on, Pertlight, think about this, right? Your
We have to
whole
listen.
life, you've been brought up with something, right? You've been trained as a kill your holler. You're gonna tell me, big monkey man with hammer. He goes, yo man, these prophet people, they ain't cool. They
They're
ain't your daddy. I'm your
gay.
daddy.
You're
Are
not
you gonna join
gay,
them?
are you? Yuck.
What would you do? Would you really go, you know what, man? You make no sense. You make no sense. Are you really gonna say that to me? You're gonna go, actually, you know what? Be my daddy. Come
It's
on,
so
think about it.
bad. It's funny because it's the exact same problem with fucking the Halo show. It's just stupid. Just fuck off, man.
We're not. That's another episode.
That's
That,
another
my friend, is
episode.
another episode. Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna be coming back very frequently with this. Oof,
since we're
this right
on,
here.
I want to say real quickly,
Mhm.
the campaign mission.
Really quick, man.
Time to discuss it. The campaign missions they all sucked. The level design horrible, ill, disgusting. Grapple rune obviously is just too easy. Blah blah. None of the characters matter. We already said that.
Yep.
The weapon. I don't think anyone likes the weapon. Or
I like the
ironically.
weapon.
I think she
Of course
just
you
fucking
do.
like. I feel like they. Cortana should just be dead. I don't know why they keep trying to like bring her back. Like Halo 4, they killed her off, and I was like, okay, that's cool, that's fine.
Yeah, she should have been dead.
It's like why? And then Halo Infinite is also bringing her back after she dies because with a weapon and shit. It's like, oh look, it's like kill me, please.
I like her, but I've been playing Halo since fucking Halo CE, so I wanted them to bring Cortana back. I didn't want her to be a bad guy forever, so yeah.
I don't
Even
think
if
she
it's
should
even
have
if
been
it's
a bad guy,
stupid
to
and
be
cucked
honest.
shit, I don't really care. Bring her back. I want her back.
You-
I want
True.
my
You know what?
blue mommy milkers.
Perla,
And-
I think you're right with that one. I think what you should do next, I think you should bring Noble 6 back. That's exactly
Okay,
right.
that's
Actually, you know what?
different.
Let's just bring,
That's different.
let's just
Okay.
make George back. Let's just
Listen,
bring
listen.
Noble
Bungie didn't
Tim.
kill off
Alright,
Cortana. That was 3 for 3. Okay, come on.
But
but still,
yeah,
she should.
Like-
I don't know. If
She
you're
shouldn't
gonna
have
kill
died
her,
in the
kill
first
her.
place. That's my thing.
No, she shouldn't. She shouldn't. But hey, if she was gonna die, just kill her off completely. I don't think they should have done any of the bad edgy Cortana. Too much Billie Eilish. I think she should have just not been the bad guy and just I don't even know anymore. Just I'm done with these
going back
games.
Silas's point about like Halo is just not satisfying anymore. It lost its identity. I don't think it. No one can really like distinguish like, oh yeah, this is Halo anymore because like there's like fucking like 16 ideas like, hey look, is Halo 4 and Halo 5 era stuff? Is it Halo Infinite stuff? Is it like a Halo Reach type esque stuff? Like no one really, the community can't really
Love that one.
agree about what Halo is.
Agreed.
Like
Agreed.
got gaslit so hard that we just don't even know. We're like, I don't even know anymore. Like everybody who talks about Halo,
Eat your slop.
they're just eat your slop. Like, oh look, everything's good. It's Halo, so it's naturally good.
I can't believe I came up with that. That is such a good fucking phrase, though.
That's
Just eat your
such.
slop.
I really
It's
just
so
want to say that.
perfect.
Just imagine like what's the bad guy now in Half-Life? What's his name?
I don't know.
Which one?
G-Man?
Yeah, I don't know, the guy in the suit.
Yeah, G-Man.
Oh,
G-Man,
G-Man.
is it? Yeah, just imagine like a dark room with like Joe Stone dressed like G-Man, and it's like a camera goes, it's like, oh, you're looking forward to that next Halo Infinite update? Screw you, eat your slop, eat it,
No,
enjoy
he
it.
doesn't even say screw you. He just goes, eat your slop, player. And then he just hands him a fucking plate of
What, did
just
he
like
become Heath Ledger or something? What was that?
He be like super fit, obviously, so he can like fit the role. He's
You
super
wanna know
pale.
how I got this slop?
He's been in a basement for about 2 years under 343. He's been,
he
you know,
has
sex
been. He had like you
It-
can see all the
yeah.
veins in his skin because he hasn't seen
Yeah.
light for like the past few
It's
years.
the end of
It's
his lifespan. He's getting corrupted.
It's like I'm not losing it. I want you to enjoy Halo Infinite. It's a good game.
made
He's
this
just a
game on-
single tear starts to roll down his chin before he sucks it back into his eye.
He's like, I made this game with my friends. It's this franchise.
Guys, it's exactly how he made it with Bungie, guys. It's the same.
it's
Uh,
the same, guys. Remember
Just
me?
Mario Dollar just in the
Just
background is just tied up.
Yeah, he's tied up.
Eat your
Mario Dollar's
slop.
just like, yeah, Mario Dollar's, look at Mario Dollar. He's eating the slop. He's making his fine music. Listen to this
Marty's
music.
over there dead in the
Fine.
corner because they shut his channel down. He has 4 different bullet wounds in the front
Yeah,
of
he's
his
been
head.
sued to death.
He
Yeah,
got
he's been
shot in the head
absolutely
4
just
different
sued.
times.
And the kid, a side note, he's like, oh yeah, you know, I just couldn't make music as good as the 343 musicians.
Fucking oh my god, Joe Staten drags Marty's body over, sticks his hand in his ass, and controls his mouth like a puppet. Hey, I love the music
That's
of
just some, like-
Infinite.
Walk in the Woods sucks. The new one is the little wasn't there? What
It's
did you
just
say it was not walking?
no, it's Walk in the
Oh.
Woods. I think they changed the name of it in the new one though, and
Yeah,
Marty
that's
was
what I
pretty
mean. What did
upset
they change
about
it
it.
to?
I think
don't
it's like a
fucking
walk.
care.
Forest.
It's a Walk in the Woods,
Walk
but
in the
mid.
fa-
Like that's what it is.
In the flower fields. You know, like
In the shitty
this is
slop
so much
game.
better. Guys, I'm Mario Donald, I can tell you now. My music sucks compared to these guys. And Michael Salvadali, we all suck. He's dead. I mean, not dead. He's alive. He's just. He's just
Ugh.
blinking really fast Morse code.
I think that's a good spot to end.
That's a good
end
way
the
to end.
podcast,
Guys, thank you for listening to the podcast, and
Eat
thank
your
you, Jig,
slop.
for joining us today. Eat your slop, behave. Any final comments from you, Jig? What you want to say to the viewers?
I would like to say that I'm saddened that I couldn't get to my notes because we kind of rushed through a little bit. We kind of got sidetracked, which is funny. But, you know, overall, I would like to say that anyone who thinks Halo Infinite is good, kill yourself. And not
Oh
really.
my
That is illegal.
That is illegal.
I do not
illegal
endorse
by
violence.
the internet police. Get down from the fucking bar stool you're standing on, mate.
I don't
Was
endorse
that
violence.
Brody? Oh no, Brody's asleep. Never mind.
I-
And also, yeah, thanks Brody for staying alive.
I endorse bullying of Halo fans easily.
Yeah, and guys, please make sure to always fill up on your slop. Brody, Shwani, any closing words you want to say?
Yeah. I think I actually agree with Jig for the most part, except for the kill yourself part. I don't think you should kill yourself. I think you should reform yourself. I think there's always chance for change. I
Repent.
think what you need to do is learn what good writing is. Halo Infinite is dog shit. You deserve better. You really do. You can go play play MCC. That's even made by 343, and it's infinitely fucking better. And that is a pun, by the way. I think everyone who thinks Infinite is good should uninstall it, go outside, meet a nice girl, and then play a little MCC. It is better in every fucking way.
Yes. Yeah, it is. I agree with you. And just human Brody, so do you have anything you want to say? You still asleep?
Oh, mate, I
Okay.
fucking love Halo Infinite. It's bloody gorgeous. It's a great
did the
game, even
awkward
though I never
laugh as
played
well.
it. I'm actually lying. I played it for multiple
Yeah,
hours.
the awkward laugh.
I spent 13 quid.
I fucking paid 60 quid for the fucking bugger, and I love it. I love it to death, bro. It's alright, all good. It's a right good time, mate.
All right, well that's it. That's the point. All right, so thanks Brody for coming. Thanks Pertlight for coming.
Oh, no,
Thanks,
no
Jig, for
problem,
coming.
mate. No problem.
Sylas, thanks for coming. And
Yeah.
thank you viewers for listening. Even though there's gonna be absolutely 0 people here.
No, it's
Thank
okay.
you for
Everyone's gonna
coming.
watch because I'm here. I'm famous, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's actually got 2.5 million subscribers and still growing. Check out Pertlight's channel. All right, and please make sure to eat your slop. All right, bye bye.
Bye. He fucking snored right as we said bye.